Hello everyone, and welcome back to Stories to D4. I am your Dungeon Master, Matthew, and I'm really glad you've decided to join us once again for our campaign. We've got only a brief couple of announcements here tonight, so we'll be able to jump right into the adventures of the Defiant Smiles. Before we get started, I did just want to mention that thank you all so much for your support. Thanks to everything you've done here as our subscribers on Patreon, or our subscribers here on Twitch, and our patrons over on Patreon, we've been able to actually set up 2 major projects that are coming up here in the near future. One of which is our Creator Showcase, which we've talked about a little bit on the channel. The Creator Showcase is where we're going to be later this month showing off a number of homebrew concepts, a number of classes, items, all sorts of things that people have added to 5th edition over in the TTRPG sphere. In that, we're going to have a couple of players running a medium level one-shot, and we're going to show off a different side of tabletop. Also, if you follow us on Twitter, you already know about our other big announcement. We are going to be starting a podcast using the Star Wars 5e system. I'm very excited to reveal more details, and our players, all of which who are at this table you'll be seeing in a second, are very thrilled as well. Finally, before I bring out all of our players, I just want to say, come Sup with Prime! It's absolutely free if you already have Amazon Prime. You have to click the button once a month, and it helps us get miniatures, update all of the tech here on the stream, and bring more stories to you. Anyways, how's everyone doing?
Meh.
Oh.
Meh. I'm ready for D&D.
Oh. Has it been a minute?
Good news about that.
You're doing it.
I'm so sorry. I actually have pop quiz for Latin 301.
Okay, I'm down for that. I was president of the Latin club at one point.
I'm in the wrong class.
Your nightmare. This is the final exam, Connor.
You've been enrolled since day 1.
Uh-huh.
Pause and go back to Jake being president of the Latin club?
That's true. No, Jake. Latin the language, not... Dude, I'm sorry. You can tell me that me and Jake in like a Latin dance society wouldn't be fantastic?
Mr. Santiago.
It would be fantastic. Oh my god. No, I'll admit, my brother can dance considerably better. Considerably better than I ever can. But it's certainly entertaining to watch me fail.
Oh, you're so red right now.
I'm sorry, did you picture Jake and I moving our hips?
Look,
No,
I'm sorry.
absolutely not.
it takes 2 to tango. Where's it the salsa? Yes. The guacamole?
You're right, you were the other Latin. Got it.
No.
Well, how's everyone doing? We had a game here over the weekend. I ran a Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous session over the last weekend, just for a home game. It's really good, even when we're doing streams like this, to get to try something different. But we're back to 5e. How are you guys feeling?
I miss having healing magic
I
in
miss it.
spades.
I miss it too, yeah.
I need more knowledges.
I tried to run cleric and y'all told me no.
We didn't say no.
We didn't say no. You wanted to play a cleric, but didn't have a god you wanted to worship.
You know what?
You can't worship yourself as
My
a
character
cleric,
sheet's
problem.
not much different.
You shoot magic and you stab.
Yeah.
Not fair.
Same race too, half elf.
So if you guys want, we can spin our wheels here for a while, or we could jump into tonight's session.
I don't know, I'm
How about
kind of
tonight's
enjoying talk.
It's okay.
We could
Tonight's
talk like sloths from Zootopia for the rest of the session.
session. Let's do the session.
All right, then I have a very brief recap because the Defiant Smiles, we kind of caught you right in the middle of things. Amanda, you're right. I'm so sorry. We all know you come here for our sessions secondarily to the Crit Corner. Connor, what do you have for us? How did we do last week? And don't be mean.
Almost everyone did good, but the best thing is that we did not roll any natural ones.
None.
Is that the
None.
first time that's happened?
Goose egg.
Big ol-
Nothing.
Yep,
Yep.
Great.
that's
So-
huge.
We'll start from lowest to high. Go from lowest to highest. I rolled 1 natural 20. Tulla rolled 1 natural 20. You had 2 natural 20s. Jake had 3 natural 20s. So
All
Jake
right.
gets the
Nice.
crown.
Well, Jake, I hope you've burned up all that luck because I've got some challenges for you tonight.
Natural
I think I
20.
did, actually.
We want some nice, cool dice. No hot dice tonight.
Cool dice.
Cool dice.
What about like
Coolest thing about
lukewarm?
me.
Like 15s.
Like
I
good
want
room
dice
temperature.
that were in your pocket a little too long, but like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
That's like an 11.
So room temperature dice?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's do a quick little recap so we can start our session off. When last we met, we had a sort of a fresh start, a brand new adventure. Our party, after defeating the dragon Fulgurimar, returned to Eltz, now considered a home to many of them. They had their coin purses were jingling with the wealth from the dragon's hoard, and the party had all manner of magical trinkets from their recent adventures. But not everything was all right in the city. Recently, a nobleman by the name of Count Octarine was murdered, and the killer, it appeared to be the painter who our party's been tracking down for many months. In response for this violent attack, many groups of warriors, including the Ashen League of the Triumphant, were tasked with protecting Shelt, protecting the people who lived there, the nobility, the university, and most likely, the castle of the king. But in the West End, where our players live, there was also issues with the local crime family, the Ladrones. While the Ladrones had often had a tight grip upon the sector, unfortunately, one of the leader's men, a Mr. Bugarda, has now taken off a segment of these warriors from the crime family and is now establishing his own territory throughout the West End, terrorizing the poor folk of Eltz. The party reached out to Iris Perkins about the issue of the killer, asking for more information and learning that she was aware and even perhaps familiar with the Count. Wishing for help from the Defiant Smiles, she crossed the Tincto Bay in secret with naught but a pair of bodyguards, hoping to travel to the Defiant Smiles headquarters in the warehouse and share information so they could track down this killer. Laurentius took a bit of time to go visit his uncle Rickert alongside Elilie, but he was quite downtrodden. He nearly broke down upon seeing his nephew as Mr. Bugarda had come by with his men, threatened his life, threatened his shop, and if he doesn't pay up these newly defined debts, he might not be long for this world. Fearing for his uncle and confident that his friends would be able to take down the crime family, the heroes brought Rickert back over to the warehouse, which is where we're going to be approaching as we start our session here tonight. So quick, where are they now? Celebrity edition. We've got half the Defiant Smiles. We have Silas, Gwynwyn, and we have Ismini are currently escorting Iris across the city. You guys have already made it relatively safely through the city. You went through a fine park. You passed by Little Barbada, taking in the delightful smells from all of the various sort of exotic foodstuffs that are sold in that sector of the town. You passed by one of the piers in the nicer area of town. A collection of statues have been erected here. Some of which still have these large red sheets of fabric that have covered them because they were going to be revealed in the near future. People are a little bit excited. You've still got plenty of daylight here today, but you eventually make your way towards the Barrows. Well, not as fancy as the northern parts of the city. You've established your own, you've carved out a nice little nook here, and you are all beginning to approach the gates of your warehouse. You did relieve Yosef, so currently it is unattended, though it is locked. And Thorn and Elilie, the two of you are on your way back. You're coming from much closer, but you left afterwards, so you're going to arrive here within the next couple of minutes. I'll actually just say, for RP's sake, whenever you guys feel comfortable arriving, that'll be totally fine. You have, I'm assuming the players have keys. You're able to get into your homes. You don't have to worry about that. When you say you'd like to enter with Rickert, have fun.
Okay.
But let's start with Iris and the rest of the party as you're kind of walking back with this hooded noblewoman.
So she looks stressed, right? She started off like anxious.
So I can give it to us as a surface thing. Absolutely, she looks stressed. If you would like to make an insight check for some more, insight to her, you absolutely may.
I kind of want to see, like, the last time we saw her pretty healthy. Does she look like she's still eating? Does it look like she's gone out in the sun? Does it look like she's sleeping? Or is she actually doing this for her life?
That is an incredibly good question. I'm actually going to go ahead. That's really clever. Could you give me a medicine check with advantage? That's very specific. It's relatively easy to see.
You said medicine?
It did say medicines. Probably not a high bonus.
7.
With a 7, if you look at her,
That's a great
I will admit this. It's a little harder for you to tell. Well, she does have relatively nice looking clothing on under her hood. As you're kind of walking, as you begin kind of like turning and looking at her a little more closely as you're guiding her through the town, she seems a little bit nervous. Though you've done nothing to harm her, there is still something. She's maybe not as familiar with you. You are 3.5 feet taller than her, after all, and so she takes her outer robe and kind of covers herself a little bit. She's a very slight woman. She's a younger noble woman. She's probably just under 30, I would say. Maybe a little bit older. It's hard to tell because she's quite fair, but she certainly wasn't. She wasn't a large woman before, so hard to tell if there's anything major that's happened.
It's fair.
Do you notice anybody like watching us strangely?
Give me a perception check as you're walking through here. And by this point, you're in the
Also
barrows.
my head on a swivel.
You absolutely may. You know that you're almost home, but this can be kind of applied retroactively as like keep an eye
Math
out.
20.
Math 20, very
17.
nice. 17. As you're walking through, well, you first start at further north in the west end. You have this, kind of worry that maybe someone's around. But Gwynwyn, with you and Ismini taking your time, perhaps involving Squawk if you'd like to. Gwynwyn, you've come up here to purchase a lot of your alchemical, like your supplies here. You actually, there was a little shopping district in Little Barbada that is where you purchase most of the supplies for your alchemist lab that you've been working on for the past few months. So you're kind of familiar with the general vibes here. The vibes are good. As you proceed further south, getting closer and closer to the barrows, though, you would notice that while you don't appear to be getting tailed, there's more and more tension as you leave that area further to north and you get further and further south, as you do notice a little bit more rough types walking around the streets and a little bit fewer guards. As it seems that something is different here in that general sense. But you're not apparently gaining much attention. No more than Silas always does.
It's fair.
But people noticing Silas is different than people trying to track you. With that, Iris has been kind of quiet on the walk here. You eventually make it to the barrows. You're able to unlock the front gate and begin heading in. So this is... yeah, if you'd like to be arriving at the same time, that's absolutely appropriate.
Hey guys.
Hey!
Forget your key.
Are you just gonna
No.
Did you lose
Wait,
your
we
key?
have keys?
No.
Ismini has a key.
I thought I just.
I gave mine immediately to Ismini.
I have 2 keys.
We only have 2
I thought there was only 2 keys. Joseph had a key. Joseph had a key. I was like, "Can you have a third key?"
I've never had a key in my life to anything.
Why don't we make a 3rd key? That
You
shouldn't
could
be too
absolutely
hard.
go. You could do that on a date. Just write it down. You'll have to go do it.
I'm not gonna remember that.
All right.
I'm letting you
Hello.
know that my uncle's gonna be staying with us for a little while. As
Okay.
you can tell,
Yeah. Hi.
reasons.
Iris hasn't met Rickert before, but seeing you, so though she looked concerned at first, this person she didn't know, hearing you say that, you can see shoulders come down just ever so slightly, a little less tense.
Hey,
I'm gonna.
Iris. Last time I saw you, I was being kidnapped. It's been a hot second.
Oh my goodness! Actually,
I'm obviously cool now.
I've seen you actually since the last time you saw me. You were unconscious for quite a bit after that incident. If you recall.
Oh, I don't recall.
I'm
except for
realizing now that
waking
I'm
up.
saying that I saw you sleep and I feel weird about that.
I mean, it was more like knocked out under a magical effect, so
It's happened
not like you
after that.
watched me sleep. So it's cool.
It's an odd situation, kind of relieving a little bit more tension here as you head into the courtyard.
Does Brownware like come charging after his meanie?
I'm
Growler is asleep underneath the elven tree that you guys have growing on the western side of
Boy.
the structure.
Every time I'm so grateful he hasn't eaten it.
Yeah.
If you'd like to wake Roundlor, you can. Roundlor is a heavy sleeper and will not be woken by accident.
It's
Uncle,
probably
I'm
good
good
that he's
right now.
sleeping
Yeah.
Yeah.
for the.
Uncle, there's a lizard thing.
You keep lizards as pets?
Not me.
I mean, I'm
But
not gonna.
it's here. It's very annoying. Just watch your shoes.
Oh no, animals love me.
Don't leave anything.
Do you want to test that?
I thought they loved me. You know what? Let me make you.
Prejudices of all sorts exist.
Let me make you a drink or something to eat.
Yeah, why don't we cook y'all
Yeah.
dinner? It seems like you've all been a little stressed out lately.
Yeah, we have a lot to talk about and catch
You-
up with.
You would, certainly. She kind of steps over. I would say, because you both were talking, she steps over a little closer to both Silas and Ismini. Do you trust this? Just so I know, may I speak freely around this individual, or
He's
Absolutely.
family.
you have both saved my life, you've helped protect my business, and it's been very hard. I'm very glad you reached out. A meal would be nice.
Do you have meal preference? No.
Can I cook?
No.
No, she'll. You'll
I'll
just
make
eat what I
it.
make.
We have-
It's not something I'm familiar with, actually.
How about a nice stew?
We do have guests. I'll make
Certainly.
cookies.
We'll leave you in charge of dessert.
That would be fantastic. Thank you.
Where's Ralnor when you need him?
Iris is not picking up these subtle things, so she's just more like, man, the Count sure is dead, isn't he?
Yeah. I'll go start prepping a stew.
Okay, and we'll sit in the dining room that we
Yeah,
totally set up.
Can we give her like a tour? Can I give her a tour while they frantically create a set of the dining room?
I'm gonna remember
It's
whatever
definitely not-
Mama used to cook.
As you're walking around, giving her a little bit of
I'm
a
like,
tour,
here's this dusty corner.
you manage, as you're kind of showing off this, are you trying to make it look a little nice? Like,
Yeah, and I'm talking about like future plans and like.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
as you're guiding Iris, as you're kind of putting her at ease during this,
Oh.
you see that as she's like looking around this place, you manage to perfectly obscure her vision from a series of tiny holes in the wall where Ralnor climbed up towards one of the doors on the second floor, where there's the hanging metal walkway that passes between the other rooms to the outside. Because again, this is a warehouse floor where it could be you could walk around up in basically the rafters.
Fair.
But she doesn't seem to notice them. She's like, this is quite cozy. It reminds me of a studio I worked in.
Where did you work in a studio?
Oh, well, so
Well, I know you have a studio now, but.
my time in university was quite pleasant, and my family was able to provide me with the amenities I needed to pursue whatever studies I wanted. It was a very kind blessing.
Were you at Southminster or?
Yes, I was.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to.
No,
I haven't had a chance to go. To
it is a
university.
delight, and it's an excellent academic institution. Well, I'll explain a little bit more in a bit, but I have worries about the safety of Southminster.
Huh. Okay.
We just sent like 3 people to Southminster.
Yeah.
And I will continue on the tour while the dining room looks nice and food is being cooked.
Yeah.
Trying to be like, let's be comfortable. I'll show Rickert to Thorn.
A
do you have
guest room.
To a guest room. I'm like, we have so many. Pick one. Like, pick whichever. That's where Thorn sleeps.
I wasn't planning on staying here.
Rickert. For Rickert.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh. Well, y'all don't have to pull out all this for me. I'm sure I could find a
We
place
have,
to
like-
nestle. There's a
like-
chair over by the fire.
We have like at least 5 guest rooms.
So you don't
if-
have beds, so pick one with a bed.
Pick one with a bed,
No,
but if
well,
you wanted to alternate,
I've
or if
heard-
you want one and it doesn't have a bed, we could
I've
probably
had-
get one.
Well, I'm not quite the adventurous type. I've got a storied history myself. I've learned not to argue with folks like y'all.
Oh God.
Okay.
We'll take that as a compliment.
Oh, I meant just kind people.
Oh.
They'll nag and they'll
I-
yammer, but
I
eventually
thought you
they'll
meant
win.
heavily armed.
I thought you also.
I was like, oh God,
no.
does he think we're threatening him?
My
to stay
legs
with
are
us?
still spry.
He can run.
Gotcha.
But we are like pretty heavily armed, so it did make sense.
Yeah.
In context.
I hadn't been considered how armed you were, but thank you for putting that in the forefront.
We each have
Very-
2. Most of us.
You're a good boy.
Okay, so we should.
He
sit-
rubs your shoulders, just shaking his head a little bit.
So we should sit down with Iris probably.
Yeah.
And talk to her about what she knows.
And how she's doing. She looks pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
You see that she kind of nods to her 2 attendants. Looking at them, they're probably they're either military or they're guards or mercenaries. They're certainly soldiers of some sort. Like they're warriors of some sort.
I'm waiting to see how she talks in front of them. Like if she's gonna be open in front of them or if she sends them away.
With permission, I was considering having them patrol your outer wall.
Oh,
Would
that'd
that
be
be
lovely.
fine?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, watch out for the lizard.
They'll be outside
Do not
the
disturb.
wall.
They have a creature. Do not disturb their creature.
He sleeps through everything. Don't worry.
But she nods, and the two men are wearing similar, very simple cloaks as well. But you can see that underneath their finer shirts, there's a chain link, like a chain shirt underneath, and there's the handle of some sort of weapon on their hip. They're armed. They don't look like they're wizards or anything. But
Hair color?
One of these is a human man with dark brown hair. The other's hair is a little bit longer, coming just out from their chain coif that they're wearing. You see as a tuft of auburn. But these are just two human men.
As long as their hair doesn't match mine, we're good.
Correct. They do not appear to be
They're not watchers.
magically enhanced humans.
Or worse, blonder.
But
We
happy
hate
to send them
blondes
off. Rickert, if you're all doing some cooking here, as we're going through this. Now, your kitchen area is this huge open space, so if you're baking during this time, you can actually still participate in the conversation. At the end, so I'm assuming that you're baking as we're talking here.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold off on your cooking tools check until a little bit later, if that's okay.
Okay.
In a few minutes, if you'd like to ask for it, you can prompt for it. That'll be fine.
It's gonna be the best thing that Gwynman makes all campaign.
I'm so sorry I
Jules,
don't have
that's
another
funny.
disadvantage token.
But as you know, stew is begun to be served. Yosef kind of happy to join for a little bit. Goes, I actually like to keep an eye on the other fellows.
Yeah.
You know, supervisory role.
Yeah.
You told me I should consider it.
Keep a close eye on him.
I got him. All right. Heads off just a little bit.
Could Yosef take one of them in the fight?
You can actually
You can
know
find that out.
Yeah.
You spend the time sizing them up. Now, what I'll say is this. I will allow you to choose one of the options from your list, and I will tell you the answer. Because I have stats for all three of these people.
Strength.
Yosef has a lower strength score than these guys.
Oh, I would have gone with health.
That's fair.
You have a
Yosef,
higher
shoot,
strength
shoot.
score than all of them.
I can't ask that
You
about
should
most
have
people
a
not
higher
anymore.
strength score than everyone.
Correct.
Is it by hit die or is it by like bolt?
So he's allowed to know. What he can do is determine. Now, technically, he can't compare to other people, but I'm cool allowing this because he's so familiar with Yosef. He can compare if someone has higher or lower strength, dex, con, number of fighter levels. I would allow just raw level as long as it's martial. I would say you're not able to, without a feature, know things about magic stuff.
Fair.
They look like they're probably similar in strength to Yosef, although he's a crossbow, a focused person who wears like light armor. These guys have medium heavy armor.
That's fair.
These guys look like they're meant to. You also would, because you've been viewing them for so long. It looks like they have a net on their hip as well to throw.
Capture.
Yep, they're not like assassins. They're bodyguards. That's
Fair.
their specific job.
I mostly was curious if we could trust them at night at taking Iris back.
That's fair.
She hired him.
Doesn't mean they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for this stew. It's very homey.
You look like you could use a good home cooked meal.
Hang out, chat. I know that things are a little bit. We asked a lot of you.
You made it
No,
seem like
to be honest, it's nice to get out of the manor. The news has been quite grim, and, well, we both know that you are good folk to be around when things are a bit dire.
And I am sorry for your loss.
He was a good man, and without him, without him, you wouldn't have heard of me.
Oh. Sponsor?
It was his initial funding that allowed me to create the Call Reed Assembly.
Do I know what that is?
The Call Reed Assembly is what she is the guild master of.
Ah.
They're the people who make prismatic ink. Yes, they also run a series of shops known as the Prisms. The King's Prism is the big one.
okay. Sorry.
The first one you went to was the Low Prism back in Coppersback.
I thought
Where
the guild was
someone
called the
died.
King's Prism for some
Huh?
odd reason. I thought
Totally
the
fair.
guild.
And in fact, I may have misspoken at one point, but they're affiliated. She owns. They're technically the shops aren't part of the guild, but she's a merchant and she's an ink maker, and she's allowed to sell her supplies. So she owns a lot. She's very wealthy.
Okay, so we got motive now.
So, it sounds like you two were close.
Yes, Boris and I back at university. well, he wasn't quite as. He wasn't the most brilliant academic. He was a kind man, and he was interested in the goings-on of myself and my friends back at school. It is a dreadful thing. As I mentioned when we last spoke, the guards have just not been. They don't want to look into things. This is the first time that I feel like news has really spread. I've lost so many friends, and it's like nothing's happening. Like they don't want to talk about it.
Were they all friends from your university days?
No, and I've heard of a few others that are related, but it's strange. I have a theory, but it's impolite.
We have no theories.
Noticing Victoria's hand going up there, did you have something you'd like to say?
I was reminded by myself on the bottom of my notes from last time to remind you today that we did light a candle.
Oh, it's up, and it's starting to get a little dim outside. You got time if you'd like it. They're subtle. You would know they're more than competent enough not to bust in the door while it's still closed. Like they're not gonna.
Hopefully they use the
They've
trap door that
come
we
through
built
the
for them.
Yes,
ceiling.
I will say this: none of your passive perception checks are high enough to see Bastellus checking the windows before he does the nonsense.
Fair.
Okay.
And it's not because they're absurd, but like a first level rogue is pretty good at sneaking.
Yeah,
He's a
and
little better
Also,
than that.
Chester's
They're a
on front.
little
I think
absurd.
it's a little bit of
little
pleasure.
absurd.
Oh,
Yeah.
they do. The Lionheart wears spandex under plate mail. Like, what's happening?
Wait, is that an option?
I
Prevent
can't wait to
shaving.
make fun of him.
Wait, I
I
like
wear
spandex
spandex.
under.
No. But you're all here. You would know the vigilantes. The vigilantes will most likely wait, and there's the room where you actually put that candle. They'll appear there. They've got a signal set up. You'll be aware of it if they're present.
Iris, we also did lose someone to the killer himself. I don't want to sound self-serving, but any theory, any thought you have, it could help us all.
You told me about your friend who passed away along with Ugorod.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry for your loss. I'm glad we can be here for each other, in this way, at least.
And I'm glad we have a chance to keep this from happening again. And that's, not to be calloused, going to start here with you.
I would like that.
Resurrection magic.
It's fine.
Let me give you a quick number real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I know of 9 who've fallen in this manner.
Oh.
9?
I've done what I could and admittedly emptied quite a bit of my my personal coffers, but there's a few others that maybe are related, but I have so little information that it's vague districts of a strange murder, but not anything where I know much about it.
Do you know where the first murder occurred?
I'm afraid I don't. Several of the people who've perished I knew very well in university. And many of us were united by a common thread that there was someone who I love very much and considered like a father figure who brought together myself and other like-minded individuals back when we were still young and learning. We're here with the fire as your... Oh, thank you, Alex. When I was still... when I was a younger woman, there were other peers who we had interest in growing the knowledge of our city, protecting her people, mastering the arts, and we had essentially this sort of tea club that we would participate with one of our professors, myself and a dozen other students. A few of them came and went as the years went on, but
Who is this professor?
Eugene's a very kind man. I feel horrible suggesting this. He's a professor at the university. He's a student of nature. He's a lover of all of the things that this plane has granted us, from the tiniest seed of grass to the greatest giant. admiring life in all of its forms. And that was part of why he brought us together, because we reflected, to him, he said we reflected the different facets of the gem that is Eltz.
Was
And
it
was this-
invitation based, or was this just?
Oh yes, we were. It was sort of an honor roll system, if you will think about it that way. As a professor, he had access to the grades and the extracurriculars of myself and my peers, and we would be invited to come and discuss a whole manner of things. We would practice our arts, and he always encouraged us to diversify.
When you say
What was
arts,
his name?
Professor Eugene Conaday?
now when you say arts, do you mean just painting, or was it also
Oh.
writing, singing, even?
The encouragement for some of us who were more, some of us were more mathematically or objectively inclined, and he encouraged us to spread out in the direction of the arts. I myself was originally going to be a coin keeper. My family often originally actually had worked in the collection and in the collection of coins and taxes, and well, I fell in love with the brush.
I can understand the feeling. Now, if you don't mind me asking, is the club still there today?
He's, because of his long tenure at the university, I'm not so certain that he's quite so active. He is a bit. At this point, she'd let you know that she's actually in her mid-30s. She just looks a
Looks
little.
good.
She's been eating noble. She's been eating like fancy food. She's probably got a personal trainer. She has a Peloton. Like this person's.
She uses retinol.
Yeah, exactly.
Day, yeah.
I mean,
She might have access to magical restorations.
Stop. Was she touched by a magical angel?
No, but she might pay a cleric for some holy water.
I've learned something.
Do you know if
important
this
today.
club still exists at the university?
I don't believe the club exists quite as formal. That is what Jake asked, but I don't believe it exists
Is that
quite-
what he asked?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he did.
But
I
she'll
was
go
not
ahead and kind of
listening.
explain. So the professor himself, she assumes, is probably in his mid to late. He's in mid to late 50s, and running this sort of thing where they would meet in. He had like this great hall that he had over in. What is essentially the natural sciences wing. He had this huge hall where he'd meet with people, big glass windows. It overlooked some of the greenery, and we would occasionally go out and into the gardens, and we would paint what we saw there. He would bring in models, or sometimes we would go and practice our physical activities. We would run, and we would play Evo ball, and we would just enjoy ourselves. It was sort of a balanced extracurricular life was what he encouraged, and many of my peers did quite well for themselves. I would say he helped elevate us, well, as he put it, to Eltzian excellence.
Speaking of peers now, I admit my memory's not the best. There was he either worked in a club or he was in a club, Corin the Wise.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you went to school with somebody named Corin.
Yeah, he either worked in a
I was
club,
gonna
was in a
ask
club.
that.
Just go in there. I was trying to be clever.
I was trying to be clever.
Well, I certainly
Different
wouldn't
way.
be able to tell you if someone named Corin was present at the school. I'm not familiar with anyone by that name.
Another member of the arts kind of programs, so that's why I wanted to ask.
What about a tiefling woman named Heletica?
I believe you mean Halaticia.
I
Yeah. So
Helvetica.
Halatissa Dumer. Halatissa was an excellent friend of mine, and now I've lost her and Jaya.
You said most of the people on your list were friends with you. The ones that weren't, why were they on that list? Why do you think? Do they have to do with the arts too?
Well, it actually, I started doing my research more when I met you, when you mentioned the paintings, and I started looking into if there had been any more instances of such a thing, and it's actually how I learned some of things were worse than I had thought. Of the members of the club during the bulk of my tenure there have been 5 of them who've been slain. All within about the last year. Jaya and Halatissa, they were such darlings. They were college sweethearts, and they were never wed, but the two of them had just this infectious love that it was a truly strong bond between them. She was always busy with her work, and, well, he was always busy with his tinkering, but I'm so sorry. It's hard. Everything's
It's fresh.
not only I feel these accusations are terrible, and
Was there?
I don't want to believe it was my professor.
I mean,
Can I
but
make-
was there? You know, was there anyone who was dismissed from the club?
Yeah, was there
Wronged
falling
by
out?
any of the members? The professor?
Give me a persuasion check.
You got any?
Can I help?
Yeah, you can. What do you say? Tell me what you're trying to say to try to guide in this.
We're just trying to get to the bottom of this so that no more people get killed.
So as you're saying this, you get this good rational argument, and she like locks eye with this sort of magically enhanced charisma wow, half draft. Sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
Tiefling.
Wrong kind of horny. But looking over at
a good
this person,
stew.
I'll allow I'll allow the help action from this.
Get her in the head.
It's brief.
slap
Normally
her.
I'll ask for more, but I liked that.
It's only
Not
a
great.
14.
A 14.
Reroll.
Ooh!
God.
Do you roll both die? One of the die.
It's just one.
It's
for
you
the-
roll one more die.
Okay.
The alternative is I get destroyed by
16.
16. Okay, 16. Okay.
We should have saved it for
I-
disadvantage.
It wasn't so. Though he invited people, there was never any formal membership per se. We were friends mostly. I mean, Teak and Bumble and I all we practice our painting together quite a bit. And, Ash was a bit too cool to actually do his sketches, but he was always an excellent model and excited for the more rough. We did a bit of fencing on occasion for one semester.
Rich people's school.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sounds
They summered in
delightful.
Boardwalk.
I'm a noble woman,
But
and I'm
you
like,
do
"Ah,
see-
rich."
As she's going through this, because I roll a very poor deception check here, it seems like there is at least one, maybe two people she's thinking, okay, maybe we wronged them a bit. She's holding something, but the specifics are a little bit hard at this juncture.
On that
Should I
note,
do the thing?
when she's talking
Do
about,
the
I
thing.
don't want to make an
Do the
accurate.
thing. Do the thing. It's been so long since you've done the
Okay,
thing.
I'm
You
gonna
have to, like-
subtle spell detect thoughts.
As you're doing that, I'd also like to remind the party that they know a Teak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know Teak Laban.
Is this a bit of a retroactive ask? But every time she said something like, "I don't want to accuse him"
That
or "I don't want to
professor-
think of him," can I make an insight check to see if she's genuine when she says she doesn't want to accuse him? Maybe not.
Yes,
that.
I'll allow that. That's very specific. And Connor, you're casting Detect Thoughts.
Subtle spell detect thoughts.
So, yeah, so she has no idea.
Okay.
You cast this spell, and this is what was your insight check, Jake?
23.
A 23.
Nice.
You see a woman who is pained. With a 23, you don't see any signs. Because now you've seen it kind of at two different points. One where she's definitely trying to downplay something. I don't know if anyone was kicked out. Like, seems a little bit false.
Mm-hmm.
But as you're kind of focusing on what she's saying there, you do notice that when she says she doesn't want to accuse, like, you see perfectly just clockwork, a bit of dampness in her eyes. This woman is accusing a father figure of potentially killing her friends.
Okay.
It's hard, but she's tired. She's lost so many. 5 of her close friends just from the club. That's not counting from outside the club, which Count Octarine was not in the club.
So she's lost at least 6 of 9. That's crazy.
Can you hold for Detect Thoughts, or is it before Detect Thoughts?
It's just
Tell me.
Teak. Who was Teak?
Professor Teak Laban is the person you saved from a mirror.
Oh, from the mirror.
He was in the mirror.
Oh, that's why I couldn't find him
So
on the
does she
fishing
think Teak is
expedition.
dead?
You can. When she thinks of Teak, there's a sadness to it.
Well, he can't be doing murders.
Yeah,
So-
Teak
In a
is the only
magic mirror.
innocent person here.
I don't know. Teek's been the long con. He's been tricking that.
As
solid
she's
olive
thinking
color.
about these people, you do get rough faces. I would say if you're talking about your college, she's probably thinking you would see the faint image of basically this fine, almost cathedral-like stained glass windows outside of the nature department, overlooking this brilliant courtyard, closed in by these large trimmed hedges. Marble benches have been set up, and you see some younger version of Iris amongst her peers. You see a couple of there's several humans. There is a white dragonborn. There's this absolutely beautiful high elf woman who is staring daggers at her from across the courtyard. There's a human-looking man who you realize is an Aasimar with golden eyes. Continue looking around, you see Ugorod, that burly half-orc from before, and he is currently, you see that he's currently fencing with a half-elven man, as a couple of more onlookers are just watching. And as she's saying this thing about, there's no one we kicked out, you see, set apart, just kind of sitting to himself, is you see the white dragonborn seems a little bit ostracized here, but he's sitting close to a human man. This human is a little bit short, probably about 5'3", 5'4" maybe, a little under average, and you see that he's sitting there writing. You've seen this before, so I'll go ahead and just say writing in a spell book. But as he kind of looks up, there's just a bit of want on his face, but no one seems to approach him. That's a little more than I probably should have given you from the base, but we'll absolutely, you'll talk to me if you want to do some deeper thoughts.
Hey,
I don't think I want to invade her privacy more than I already have, so I don't think I'm going to probe deeper.
did we ever see Boris?
No.
Okay.
And Boris is not in her mind at the top level.
As some are confused.
Do you
That's
see Teak in it, and he's with everyone?
You do see Teak Laban. It's straight up Teak Laban is there. He is
Not trapped in a mirror.
he's a happy younger man. You see he's got his hair that's been trimmed in a militaristic cut with a finely detailed, I almost said manicured. I almost said finely manicured beard. That's not how that.
No,
You can have that.
That's isn't the man in manicure hand?
We know manicured lawns.
That's true. Gross English. We know you took 4 languages into a back alley and beat them. You took their suffixes or their
Prefixes?
root words at like they were lunch money. But so looking at you do see Teak Laban. He is there. He's sitting with a human man with almost it's brown, but it's like a little bit of reddish tint hair. And the two of them are both just they're over here just writing notes. Look like they're just studying together.
Other than the two, the Dragonborn and the man, do any of them seem like they may have some resentment for the group?
Over
I
this
pick up
brief
that at
time,
all.
without pressing further, because you don't even have super clear faces on some of
Right,
them.
yeah.
I would say without pressing further, you really just notice that the Dragonborn and one of the human, I'll say this, the human wizard who's here, those two look quite a bit set apart. But the rest of them, it's hard to tell. There's so many things in society that we hide. It's hard to know the
Right.
perfect social circle.
Okay, something to look into though.
I know this might be a little hard, but we've heard nothing about the Count's death. Was there any painting left behind, any messages?
Well, I wasn't able to see the painting. Count Octarine has a fine villa in Scheldt near the university. He used to come and visit us back when we all were in attendance. He went to Southminster with me. He just wasn't
In the club.
He wasn't in the club.
Okay.
Kind man, very generous with his mother's money. It was actually the two of us came up with the idea of the assembly together. But it was my understanding that his death was quite prominent on one of the balconies of his estate, though he was quickly quiet. His body was quickly quieted away, and I'm told that Lady Octarine has the painting.
Just a me question. Do we know when the first murder happened?
No.
So you just know that Ugorod was later. Ugorod happened a fair bit.
We don't
later.
have a timeline of when it started.
No, but the murderer
A
traveled.
year, I think is
No,
what
the
it is.
vigilantes are more aware of
Yeah.
rough timelines.
And
Okay.
we've
Some of the bodies
That'd
weren't
be
found
better.
quickly though.
Okay, that'll be a better
That's
question.
we've lined up
Something.
the
I just want to.
them.
I'm curious as to when they discovered the first murder.
Yeah.
But
It
that
would
might
be
be a question for the
interesting 'cause-
vigilantes.
The earliest one I was aware of, my apologies, Jaya. Jaya was the first that I learned about.
See, the thing that concerns me the most, and this is rather dark, but all the scenes that we know about, a very personalized message was left. Ugorod, you knew him very well. You were friends with him.
Yes.
The message.
I trusted him so much that I gave him one of my stores.
Do you know of the establishment called the Demon's Embrace?
Flush like cheeks.
So you do.
That is not a place for. That is not a place that I was typically permitted to.
Tech Thoughts is still up.
It is still up. Do you want to know?
Yeah, sure.
I would love
She has. You see that she doesn't visualize what the place looks like, and this is a very visually inclined mind. It's why I gave you a little bit more than
Artist,
normal.
yeah.
Yes. Now she doesn't visualize anything inside, but you do see for a moment There's a fair concubines in like tight leather in her mind. This woman has not stepped foot in the embrace.
Right.
But you do see. It looks. You see like 4 or 5 of the men from her vision before, tankards in hand, walking out in like a docks area. Like she knows her friends used
You
to
just
go
see
there.
Thorn like 1,000 yards there, like.
We've been made
Cross his legs.
We've been made aware recently that he used to visit, not an indictment of his character in any way, shape, or form.
I just went there.
No, it's my understanding that it is an establishment of fine cuisine from all over the realm.
Yes, it's a Hooters.
It is a fantasy Hooters, I'm
Really
told.
fine cuisine.
But there was a performer there known as the Songbird. That it sounds like he enjoyed her singing and really. That's what I wanted.
You've seen the painting.
Yeah, we just drove for that painting.
I'll admit, I only faintly recognize the name other than the painting itself. But I suppose now that you mention it, there was a. Well, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry for being so obvious. There was a singer by that name at the time, but
Yeah.
I'm afraid I never went to the embrace. Though many of my peers indulged.
Do you
Yeah.
know if Ugorod went there?
We know.
Yes.
Rod went there. Yeah.
Yeah, and she actually just confirmed it to her
Right.
as well.
Yeah.
Just keep missing everything.
Yeah.
We're
On that
talking, and so him, knowing that he went there and knowing that his message had to do with the Songbird, and then
You don't think the people of the Embrace killed him? In this moment, she's no longer holding a whip; she's holding a sword. In her
no,
mind.
and then it was Halatissa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Her message was, they will know what you are. And that also seems like a very pointed, personalized message.
Halatissa was an architect.
And her big project.
I can't see how her project would have anything to do with. Yeah, we'll get to that. But looking at you, and you can make an insight check if you'd like.
Sure.
I cannot see how her work could have anything to do with what's happening here. Most of my friends weren't privy, and she worked for the crown.
Math 20.
She looks pretty sincere here. She looks a little confused.
Mm-hmm.
If you get anything, it's a bit guarded because you're asking about like someone's private information that she trusts.
Right.
Good
Yeah.
paper bag blown through. It's nothing.
Surface thoughts here. What'll give you the most briefest? She kind of freaked out when they said they will know what you are, and starts thinking for a moment. And there's this very grim. You just see, for a brief moment, Halatissa is just sketching, talking, and you see in the room here. There's a number of people dressed in that similar garb you saw Iris in the past. Iris is here, though she's got a bit of outer finery here, talking to Halatissa. And you see that like something that's like she's working here on a pitch, talking with Iris, designing. You can see it looks like they look like more like buildings than something like. it's not like an artificer would work on a tiny contraption. It looks like whatever it is large.
Like development.
But without pushing in further, I'm not going to give you more than.
Cool.
She's lying. Halatissa worked on some stuff that was at least, maybe it was shady, maybe it was secret, maybe she's embarrassed, whatever.
So I know you're not giving me more, but based on
Sure.
what I saw, does it look like it was just between the two of them, or were there
No, there are. In this moment, she's really just thinking about these two people, so I'm giving you
Right.
them for free.
Okay.
But there are other people in the room.
maybe just like
They're
silhouettes, shapes?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're aware that like she was working in a project, and this is some like inner circle stuff.
Do you know?
I did not consider this when prepping. This is so exciting.
Right. Yeah, because the messages are personalized, is what I was trying to get at. So it would have to be somebody who either knew or could find it out.
I mean, do you have any record of the messages left at the 9 scenes? We know of 2 of them, but I can't imagine that was relevant for only 2 of them. I imagine every single one had something like that.
Well, I'm aware of these paintings. I'm not a member of the military, and the Eltzian Guard have been doing their best to not only hold off these crime scenes from any outsiders viewing them, but also many of them have been taken. I heard those masked vigilantes even stole a few. I've tried to get in contact with them, but, well, it's hard to speak with criminals.
Very fair.
Especially if I am a woman of standing in society, and there are expectations of those who I speak with. And so it's a challenge I've yet to overcome.
You would work with the vigilantes.
I would ask them what they know of some of my friends, yes.
Sensible. I think that since we're so new to Eltz, the interaction between the vigilantes themselves and Eltz in the greater scheme of things is very confusing to us because we've heard so many different tales.
Yeah.
Some call
Aren't
them
they blamed for the
heroes.
recent courtyard? Would you really trust them after all those rumors about them?
Park.
Well,
Park, not courtyard.
sending an emissary perhaps to speak with someone who potentially knows about my friends, if they were well equipped, I could assure some level of safety for them. Yes, you're right. It is hard for me to find information about these murders, but I've been trying. It's been a challenge.
No, we appreciate.
We appreciate it.
She definitely got
Appreciate it so
very
much.
defensive, like, yes, I know it's hard. I don't have these
No.
things.
We're really
so
grateful for the information.
No, we were more surprised that you were willing to work with them is all.
We were.
Yeah.
We were more. Yeah.
We've just heard a lot of bad things from people in the noble class,
Regarding that.
About the.
especially after the break-in and the mansion. And
Yeah.
Well, I think the automaton was the automaton there. I'm not so certain if that was the vigilantes or not. It would be the first time I've heard about them fighting with a mechanical ally.
Fair.
Well, they do fight with shadows, I've heard.
Did Eugene? Do you know if he had maybe possibly any enemies that maybe looked down on him in university? Maybe wanted to get even.
A rival professor.
He's because he's been with the university so long. He actually is a large part of the admittance process for new lecturers. A few of my club members are actually professors now. A few of the club members are actually professors.
So insular. What? That was
But-
an out of character comment.
You weren't just insulting her to her face.
But
No.
the man studied anatomy, and he studied. He helped write a few bestiaries and manuals of monsters, and collected what information he could about the life on our home. I suppose he wouldn't have been particularly. People wouldn't have been fond of him if they were. If they were necromancers or preferred the company of fiends. But when it comes to living, he was a kind, if a bit long-winded man.
Okay. Just curious, maybe someone was trying to frame him.
You hear in her mind for a bit,
And that's why you've got to be excellent.
like this very chortly man. I'm going to call him chortly. And I'll let you interpret that word for whatever you think it is.
He's a turtle,
Picturing
not a
like
human.
Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
That is exactly who I have for him.
Cool.
He's, yeah.
Great.
I was right
Good
on.
to know we're all in the same place.
Yes. But like not.
Except for Jake.
Not sure much like this. That's how he talked.
What is Teddy Roosevelt without any badass stories? That's also it.
I feel like that's Winston.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's fair.
We're about to get canceled for a Winston Churchill take.
Yeah, we are. So,
Hot takes of
other people were close friends of yours. Do you know how the other three might relate to the university at all?
Well, so you want a quick rundown? She can.
Yes.
She's willing.
Yeah.
So with what you've earned, she's willing to tell you a good chunk of the people on here.
Okay.
She mentions Teak Laban, her friend who disappeared over a year ago. She mentions a bit of worry there.
Tell her.
Yeah.
Oh,
We should tell her, but
we
found him.
He's actually should be back at Southminster soon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
It has been. You've had.
Did you find a painting for him?
No, I was gonna list off the club members.
Oh.
No, I had worried it was him, but there were others who had confirmed that he had been lost while
He
adventuring
was
in the
trapped in a
Murloc.
magic mirror.
So
Don't
not
worry about
only
it.
only
Oh.
has he been trapped.
Can you
Just the, oh.
do us a favor?
Does he duplicate now? I know there are some. He
my.
actually has spoken about mirrors that allow you to create apparitions of yourself.
No, he was just in prison for a year.
I also think it
I will
just
have to
made him
check on him.
hate
That's
Ox-
dreadful.
Can you
He
please let
hates
him know
Oxford
what's going
commas,
on?
So if you can help him with that.
It's-
Oxford exists.
We didn't exactly
Can't
give him.
canonize Oxford, Clella.
Yes,
Try
you
me.
can.
We didn't exactly give him an update on what was going on in the city. Sooner than later, can
We
you let him
didn't
know?
I will. I haven't been to the university in about a
we're-
week, but I'll.
We're now suddenly very concerned for his safety.
Yes.
He will lose again.
I will.
Maybe
I will send for him as soon as I return. That's just so he's aware.
Yes.
Please.
So
Yeah.
I'll go ahead. She continues.
But also because like he's been in a prison for a year, he's probably not the murderer. So like,
So
good to hear.
She's mentioning a few of the people here. She mentions one Mira Tolden, who was a high elf woman who enjoyed dancing. She was well beloved by many of the fellows within our group. As a master of illusion, she was able to amplify whatever admirable qualities others found in her.
I see what you're doing to us here. Everybody is a suspect,
No, there's some who are clearly not suspects.
other than Teak.
There was,
know. That's
there
not
was,
subject.
there's, so she's talking about her friends who are still alive.
Okay, these are the ones that are still alive.
Still alive.
Still alive. Okay, alive.
There's Benjamin Hartwick.
Okay. We all got scared.
He was a very kind soul. He was touched by the Celestials, and he was very kind. Though he got into such brutish work.
That was the Asimar.
Yes, that was the Asimar.
What work did he find himself in?
I mean no offense. It was just a bit of a surprise for us. He took to mercenary work after leaving university, and eventually formed his own company after leaving the League.
Ashen League. This is the Ashen League.
No, he was with the Ashen League until he formed a mercenary group, the Vassals for Hire.
Vassals for hire.
What a straightforward name.
He provides protective services for nobility. I have
Those
a few
sound-
of his men outside.
Oh.
Okay.
I
So
didn't-
glad you didn't say Ashen League.
No, didn't. Benny was never very good at taking orders from others. He preferred to be in a more leadership role.
Logical.
We all get that.
There is Ash, and he's a sergeant now in the Eltzian Guard. As you're seeing these faces here. Ash is a human male, dark skin, sort of this. He's got this scruffy goatee that you can see. She's thinking of him more recently. She's seen him in the recent past, but it looks like he's gone gray a little bit early here.
Scarred.
Short hair, very clean. His armor is very polished and prim and proper. He's wearing plate in her memories, even though he's only a sergeant. And then she thinks for a brief moment. You see the Dragonborn and the human wizard kind of flash by in her thoughts a second. And then for my friends who have passed.
So she thought of the Dragonborn and the human, but she didn't mention.
Yes. Oh,
them.
I actually.
They're alive.
They're alive.
Yeah.
but she didn't talk about them like
Yes,
friends.
and I'm so sorry. I didn't mean there were. I actually skipped someone on my list. This is just my bad because I was going through here. She thinks about briefly this half wizard. She thinks briefly about the Dragonborn, and there's also Randolph is a kind friend. He's an excellent man. He's one of the professors. Teak will be thrilled. They're both in the archaeology department together. It'll be a weight off of his shoulders for sure. He was nice enough, but a bit dry. He was smart, but a bit he liked to study the things that were in front of him, and he was willing to talk, but things would always shift from philosophy or art into numbers and angles and, well, the bone isn't in everyone. She kind of like touches her wrists for a brief moment. She's painting, artistic talent. Not everyone has that itch.
Professor type.
Yes. They both do great, him and Teak do excellent work. Well, do you want me to go really quickly through the people who are dead?
Sure.
I just have to apologize because I know we aren't going to do spelling right now, but I keep
You're trying to write all these names down?
I keep debating Teak
Yes.
being spelled two different ways, and one of them's Teak.
That is his name.
That's what I've been saying.
I was doing
Nope.
Me too.
I thought the two E's was too funny.
For the dead members of the club, there's Jaya and Halatissa, who you guys both know were the two lovebirds.
Yeah.
And you also know that the painter disguised himself as Jaya.
Yeah, so
Which is
somebody who's
weird
died.
that she said Jai was the first to die, because Alicia didn't know that her lover was dead.
Unless they happened really close together.
They were
Remember,
expecting.
they
She
had,
only
like,
learned about Jaya way after she started looking into things.
Also
Yeah.
remember
Right.
that
'Cause she was expecting it
Halatissa
back.
was like, "Oh, my lover's been gone for a period of time.
Right.
Oh, thank God you've come back. I've been so heartbroken."
That's why she took a red
And
water
then-
bath.
You know.
She took a rose petal bath.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same.
Because she was all
There
like,
was
"I
like
love it."
milk in the water.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
weird.
Like a fancy bath.
She took a fancy bath.
Rich people.
Oh, there was there was a platinum piece worth of stuff in that bathtub.
Yeah.
Girl was spending. She also mentions a pair of dwarven siblings, Elamir and Skalmar.
Oh shit.
She mentions an artificer named Vincent and Ugarod. Those are all of the members of her club for yes.
For now. Ooh.
Yeah, all the members that I've mentioned because she hasn't mentioned two of them.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, the dead ones.
There's also, outside of the club, there is the Count. And I did recently learn about, I wasn't terribly familiar, but I had met him a few times. There was a postman who perished. Yes, he brought about the letters and packages to students and others around the area in Shelt.
How long?
One of
was
my
he-
estates is close by, and so I had met him more than once.
Did he work during the time you were there?
Yes.
Ah.
Gentle fellow. He wasn't quite of schooling age when I first met him, but I'm to understand that his work paid his way into university.
That's so generous. Postal service.
Yeah.
I mentioned
You think
before,
it's-
but Count Octarine was very generous with his mother's coin.
Ah, it's a
I
very
think it's
generous
possible we
Count
got like
Octarine.
a usual suspects type situation here, where like
E-Cat, you were correct. Halatissa is based on halitosis. That is correct.
maybe someone is playing a little dumb or something like that, or possibly maybe even fake their own death, and then
It's Jaya, obviously.
yeah.
There's one other individual, though I can't say I've met them, that I'm aware of. There was a knight by the name of Bulwin. He's the head of security at Southminster. I do have an idea of what his painting said, but I didn't see it firsthand. This is word of mouth.
Even paraphrasing is fine.
It
for our
was
purposes.
part of his oath that he took when he was knighted and given his station. He was swearing to protect the university, uphold the values of the city, and honor his station as a servant of Eltz.
Off the top of your head, what are the values of the city? Is
She
that
kind
like
of looks at
general?
you genuinely like there's a moment of
Is there,
attention
like,
break.
one or two like written values, like we will always
Like
be
corporate
generous.
values.
Yes, unfortunately, I am broken by the corporate society. Like we're never gonna stop. We're always gonna be happy, treat
Never
everyone
done.
fairly.
No,
Am
so
I
there's not an
crazy?
about us page on the
Yeah.
on Eltz.
I'm
No,
broken
this
by
is the
society.
so Eltz is a big city state. She's not. Doesn't seem like she's. Despite what she's talking about, doesn't seem like she's the. She's not an anti-patriot, but she's more about. She's an artist
Yeah.
who was excited to be in this club of future CEOs. That's really what this was.
So,
Eltz is not the
counts-
Sunshine State, is what I'm hearing.
pardon my directness, but someone who may not, the people who weren't in the club who were victims may have been someone who did not extend someone coin, who might be privy to seeing someone doing something they shouldn't be,
Postman.
and another person who might be seeing someone doing that
Or
should
they
be,
didn't
or
prevent
someone who
something.
had previously caught them doing something and maybe admonished them.
Or they didn't protect the person.
Postman might have delivered a message or something, or seen something that they shouldn't have.
Postmen
Or
have
they
to go to people's
intentionally-
things and see things all the time.
Right.
It
I
might
mean,
have solved the murder.
the postman sees inside of your house all the time.
Or
That's what the mailman does.
if the postman, depending on who they were
Yeah,
paid
they
by,
do.
might have treated some people better than others.
My mind went to a dark place.
No,
That's
God.
true.
I'm starting to think that whoever was on the payroll might have paid some people to treat them better than others. The postman maybe didn't deliver letters to students that they didn't
No,
like.
postmen are fair.
Depends on who
This
they're paid.
person was young at the time that this person was
Yes.
probably in university.
Probably about 15.
The post boy.
So the
So
15-year-old
he's a post
angered
boy.
Yes,
Well-
but now he's been a postman for the last 15 years.
went to
Did you say that he was
30.
paid
Yes.
by?
Wait.
But now he's dead, so he's not going to
Age
be dead.
demographics of the people murdered so far look like they're all around the same age.
Except for the count.
Except for
no, the count was their age too.
no, except for the post boy. Yes.
Well, the post boy was killed at 30-ish. If he
The
was
rest of
living-
them are
in their 30s.
32-ish, 35.
Are they within a decade of each other?
Yes.
Are they within 5 years of each other?
roughly
So people who
There we
could have
go.
been in
all
school at
roughly
same
within
time.
the same age. Yes.
Everybody who was around, because post boy's gonna be a little bit younger than everybody else because he was 15 at the time of the incidents of their like whole hanging out and stuff. I'm sorry, Iris.
How much
I
time
was
is-
hoping you would tell me that you had some reason to think it.
Oh, I don't think it's a professor personally.
Oh yeah, no.
How much time has passed for your
Are you sure there wasn't?
from your college days to now, roughly?
So it's been about 14 years
Okay.
here. So she is mid 30s. She college is not. So you going to a university at this point in time isn't a you have to be 18. They're all within a decade of each other, roughly.
Yeah, I was just curious how much time has passed.
But for example, the high elf, who is still alive and is in the club, The high elf was over 100 years old then.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
Wait a
right.
second.
Yeah, it's not more their age. I just want to know how much.
They,
Wait,
when
they were all in the
credit
same place
left.
at the same time.
Yes,
South
she knew
Minster.
everybody. She knew everyone you described, except the knight, who was the head of security. The knight, I apologize, I did mess up. The knight is older.
But
like to
he
ask-
worked at South
He was
Minster
the-
at the time.
Yes, but he was just one of the guards there. He was pretty young. He wasn't a student, is my understanding.
But he's someone who could have seen something.
He's also somebody who worked. I
He
think
could
that
have
somebody's
stopped
got a.
something and didn't.
I think somebody external or internal Southminster, external to the group, has a grudge.
Yeah, I'm also curious about Boris's murder and how, if there were like any sort of witnesses that saw anything strange.
His wife would be the only person, I'd imagine.
Yeah, and it was on the balcony, and the body was whisked away quickly.
Wait, was he married? Was the count married?
I thought she said wife.
She said mother. She said.
I thought she said wife.
No,
Yeah, Mother's
Lady
Wife.
Lynn Octarine is the late. She's the servant. She's one of the High Lords.
Yeah.
And she's Mistra, the Lady of Mysteries, is her
Oh.
associated god.
And that's his mom.
That's why I wrote.
Wait.
Yes, she has a lot of money, and she paid her son paid for a company that can make magic wizarding.
I thought that was the nephew.
The nephew, excuse me. I just
Yeah,
that was.
that was-
I'll tell you this. Truly, just a misspeak, not actually a son.
So the person who found his body was a woman that wasn't married to him. This is coming from the person who named their character
found- What?
Information
Yes.
about them.
Yes. Okay, great.
Whose son are you talking about?
I thought that the person who
The
found the count's body was his
not
wife.
a lover of any kind.
It was
Correct.
Yes.
his mother.
His mother bought him stuff.
Aside, my name
His
comes
nephew.
from.
You got me. You got me saying it now.
You said mother, and it comes all
Aside,
confused.
my name comes from the tale of Oedipus.
There's none of that. There will
There's
be
no Oedipus in
this.
here.
Oh, wait.
So
My brain goes
Really?
there fast.
No, this is just a doting aunt who doesn't have kids. Like, I need to study magic. Have some money.
Okay.
Have some money.
Wait, we were originally given your name by, I believe, Lord Album?
Yes.
You
Was
see,
he-
are you still doing this, your spell? How long is
I
it?
think it's
That was just a minute.
10 minutes.
If you like to you want to recast?
Give me 1 second. Let me look how long it is.
But you see, Iris blushes a little bit when she says it. Yes.
Was he in the club? Or adjacent to it?
No. Kryvar was
10 minutes,
was someone who I did meet in the latter end of my university days. Though he was educated by the time that I had met them.
Oh, we totally picked up on the vibes like session 2 that they were lovers.
He called her his muse.
Oh, right.
Can we tell
Doesn't
him?
he does art? No, we can't say
Yeah,
that.
he's a painter.
He's gonna die. We have to stop the
Do
painter.
you think that Lord Album might be in danger? I mean, it's been a while since we.
What? He's a painter!
I'm a secure ascending.
I'll cast.
He takes a little bit of cookie dough, throws it at Eltz.
Oh my god, I hope you get
I
poisoned.
can't cast today.
I'm very dexterous.
So the spell lasts 10
I
minutes.
don't mean to imply
That's 10
anything.
minutes already passed since I cast
We
it.
just
Yes.
want to make
Okay.
sure that everybody has the right kind of protections. I'm trying to help you out.
I'm sorry.
He summers in the city. But Kryvar has been in Coppersbeck for quite a while, and
Also, not to be blunt, but the painter was already out there and won't go back.
Piece of cookie dough.
Again.
Would you be able to
I'm
get
gonna
us
stop
access?
talking.
Can y'all cast Cone of Silence?
Would you be able to get us access to Boris's estate so we can maybe ask questions?
I haven't been able to get in there myself.
No.
I could.
Find a way.
I have an idea, but it's a bad one.
We
I
love
like
bad
bad
ideas.
We love bad
I'm
ideas.
not talking.
I
You
am.
know, bad ideas.
Scare the death out of it.
I have been acquainted with a gentleman here in the West End with quite a bit of influence who may be able to secure you away there. He has more influence. My family's of lower birth rather than my station currently implies. She's a noblewoman, but she's not a high lord. She's not a countess. She's the lowest form of noble who lucked/moneyed her way into an absurd station.
Okay.
Running the Colreed Assembly. There is a High Lord here who owes me a favor, and perhaps I could ask his help. High Lord Walt Berenger.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Barringer is
Buddy.
friends with quite a
I
few
thought
of
it was
us.
Berenger who wasn't talking with anybody.
No, it was
yeah.
Branson who locked himself in his mansion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quick thing, another about B names. Branson you stole from, and presumably because everyone else knows that you guys stole, probably hates you. Berenger got wasted and danced with Silas.
I still owe Barringer a nude painting.
Dude, the guy gets drunk and has a castle in the woods.
That's
fucking
why
party.
we should have
He
been going.
worships Shar.
You think
owns the
evil
house.
isn't fun?
Yeah.
Evil is fun.
It's my next PC.
Good isn't always nice.
Squawk.
Evil isn't always mean.
Squawk's
Exactly.
toy that he plays with is it's a holy symbol of Shar.
I know,
But he's damaging it.
No, he plays with it.
Squawk also texts me when you're not looking.
You know how we get Coco lamb chops?
No.
Same
Raldor outside wakes briefly and goes back to sleep.
I wish Ralmer would eat Squawk.
He has.
Oh my god.
It's expensive.
How has Mira and Benjamin not reached out to you about this? Have y'all not been talking?
Mira's not terribly fond of me.
Oh,
Do you have wine?
Yes.
plenty.
Yeah, that actually.
After pouring a glass of wine, she takes a long glug. She takes a few glugs.
Gosh.
Mira hasn't spoken to me much since the end of our university days. She danced with Kryvar one time and decided that they were courting in spite of whatever relationship the two of that him and I had had. She says I stole him from her.
Lover squirrel.
We are dear friends and kind acquaintances, and I would bid you speak only that.
Fair.
Of course. I won't. I'm not allowed to talk anymore.
So,
What about Benjamin or Ash?
or even Randolph.
He's spoken.
Randolph is typically quite busy with his work, but he's always kind enough. It's my understanding both him and Ash sort of had the same mindset that the guard will protect us.
And you don't?
The guard has been hiding these things from me. It took... Well, I've spent thousands of gold pieces to get what information I do have, and frankly, I'm scared to share it with most folks.
That's fair.
I know you have the extra protection, but I feel like it's fair for us to say that if you'd like to stay here, we won't.
She may be safer at her own.
And mentally being like, please don't stay
The
here.
vigilantes are
Vigilantes
coming.
can come by.
Quite kind, but were I to leave the assembly for so long, you would be seeing cavalry on your front steps.
Understandably
fair.
fair.
At this
that.
point, briefly, and she doesn't seem to notice this, you just hear
Oh God.
an bird is upstairs.
Okay, I think our starting point then is to interview pretty much everyone that was around when they discovered the bodies.
I think
And
we
that's
should go
kind
to
of
the
our only
university
jumping
and
off
just.
point.
Well,
I've been dishonest.
Oh,
oh, is it the wine?
Would you like more?
It is the wine.
The dinner wasn't good either, was it?
There are.
Fucking delicious.
There were two that we want.
Thorn?
Sometimes in youth we make decisions that are ill-tempered. There were two that perhaps were unhappy with the group. They were in the club, but we may have treated them unfairly. No, she takes another glug. We treated them unfairly often. Bumble Akars was talented and a fine wit, but Barbatan food and their culture, it lingers a bit. His manner of speech was odd. He had these strange sayings that he tried to bring over into common that didn't quite make sense. And his food, it left this lingering scent on him everywhere he went. Very lots of onions and spices, and it was a challenge. And we may have childlike, but we called him Skunk Scale sometimes. It wasn't kind, and I didn't participate often. I didn't discourage it either.
Do you know where he is now?
I know he lives in the city, but I've not spoken with him in over a decade. And Gabriel, well, he always took to the arcane arts better than, well, any of the others. He was talented, and him and Teak were able to pass their first circle exams quite quickly, gaining their arcane abilities. Though I'll admit, Gabriel was quite a better artist than Teak was. Well, everyone appears to be a call read professional when you compare to someone like Bumble or Randolph, who, well, not enough dexterity to find their way out of a paper bag.
Understandable.
But we called him Half Pint, and we didn't include him in our social activities. It was... What is the word I'm looking for? First year of college, every activity has a stupid name. How people meet each other.
Icebreakers?
Socials.
Mixer, thank you. Alex gets a bicycle. Thank you, Alex.
I was
Here
gonna
you
say
go.
hazing.
Huh?
Amazing.
We did. It was. We wanted different things than each other, and he was often excluded. But I can't imagine that he would do something foul over a bit of bullying.
They
Surprise.
just excluded him because they didn't like him that much.
Right.
Just like out of character.
The
So
way
I
she,
understand.
so she
Yeah.
kind of explains it a little bit more as she's
They
talking.
bullied us.
So like
He
the first
was-
one was like
he was-
Like racist.
But the second
She was a
one,
little. They
Gabriel.
were a little. These are mostly humans, elves, and a couple of dwarves. They let the person with scales, the Dragonborn, they were kind of just mean because his culture was different. And he was from outside of
He was
Gren.
from Barbada.
He was from Barbada.
Yeah. Okay.
And this other person was there's a slightly less attractive, shorter wizard who he excelled at magic, he excelled at art, and just was socially awkward, and so
What
they
was
just
the
kept him out.
wizard's name? Bumble?
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
Gabriel Shoalpint.
That was the wizard, yeah. Not the wizard.
The four main friends that she mentioned that were kind of a tight group were Teak, Randolph, Ash, and Gabriel. were kind of close. And you now, thinking about it, saw them together kind of hanging out in the courtyard. But I truly... There's little more I have to offer.
Well, we
No,
appreciate
no.
everything
Wait,
that you've done.
Do you know where Gabriel is now?
He's... I could try to check the records. I know he's with one of the Arcanists' guilds. But...
If you have a regret from back then, it's never too late to make an apology. It may not go anywhere, it may not mean anything, but if you truly mean it, you can still reach
Last
out.
time I spoke to Gabriel, he got a busted nose and was cursing at Kryvar, so...
I think we might have a Scream 2 situation here. Two
I haven't
killers.
seen.
Yeah, I mean, possible. It's really
So
possible.
There's
you've
two
given
killers in
us a bad idea. We've had a
Somebody
bad
likes
idea on our end as well.
Spoilers.
Do you think we could lay bait for the killer? Such as not
Why would you want to do that?
We've been
Let's say if
working
I
on it.
hide.
She literally clutches her pearls.
Not,
Not
you. No.
Not you.
Lay bait
Yeah.
as in one of us.
No, that's a terrible idea. Why would you encourage a killer to strike again?
If they strike
Strike
one
us,
of us, we
We're
could
heavily
strike.
It
armed.
could be over. You can't take the chance.
It could
makes
be
you
over
think
in the
that?
best way.
Because I've prayed.
Just remember
Every
Scream
every
first
time
Scream
I've learned
and
about more, I've
I'm
hoped.
mad at you right now.
Maybe the count was the last.
We can all hope that, but we want to make sure that's the case.
I won't be involved in anything that would put you in danger. That's
Would you
Okay.
bank the
We understand there's a boundary.
This is an artist, not a magical fighter.
That's
She's
right.
absolutely like,
She's
what do you?
Don't put yourself as a danger.
She's basically
We're
going.
so armed.
No, I've gathered this. The guards don't believe me. What cops do we reach out to? Can we go talk to a nobleman at a dinner party and fix this?
Fuck the
We are the
cops.
noble.
We are the cops.
Reach out to
I'm with you
us.
there.
We're like a step below the vigilante.
Yeah. I
We're
understand
gonna make it step
your
up.
hesitation.
One crime away.
One disaster.
Ma'am.
Uh,
I'll be just a moment.
It's
Wait, before
getting
you
late,
go,
isn't it?
cookies.
Would you like to make me a cooking check? Now, reminder, Amanda,
fine.
add your proficiency.
Did you
Roll with advantage.
Did you ever step away while the cookies were baking?
No, I was right there
This
the whole time.
is an
I was trying to
intelligence
help you.
check.
Is it advantage?
Intelligence and proficiency, math 20.
Did you study?
Nice.
I can bake.
You can bake. These cookies are fantastic. You've got sugar
We're all
in
like-
here. There's bits of you've
I'm in.
ground up a form of meal, like a form of oats to make a nice floury base. These are good cookies. Iris. Ooh, these are delightful.
Did we all just
Only
sit
after
here with our
seeing
mouths
Iris
open,
do that.
letting her go first?
Yeah.
Would you try a bite of one? Who are you and what have you done with Gwynwyn? These are delicious.
Good at cooking.
These are
I don't know
so.
why you don't believe me. The cupcakes I made, I bet you were fantastic.
I would like to really quickly pass out a bicycle to each of my players. It was an excellent job interrogating Iris Perkins.
Right,
Can
and
I
thank you,
retroactively
Iris.
advantage?
Thank you, Iris. Would we? I know you have giant bodyguards, but
Do you at least
You
want
get
us to
home?
walk you to the boat?
No, I think perhaps it would be we could be a bit more subtle with just the three of us.
That's fair. You're not
You'll
subtle.
reach out to me if you know something, if you have a request, or if you find whoever did this,
Yes.
We'll let
whoever
you
they
know.
are.
I'm gonna regret this. I'm taking off my diadem. If you ever need to hide in plain sight, please use this. Yes, but this is safer to keep her from dying.
This
You
is
just got a little-
immaculately crafted.
Yeah, we got it from the.
We got it as a gift from a friend.
From the yeah.
Your friend must be, well, must have quite the jeweler.
we have a lot of friends.
If you are certain, I will take this gift with me. It's so kind.
It might keep you safe.
Very well. I shall focus upon this, and I'll consider hiding it the way you had. She takes this, puts this in a pouch.
Oh yeah, no, I fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah, you look jacked now suddenly.
You got the pump!
Hopefully Iris didn't notice.
Oh no.
we all
Everyone
did.
noticed.
With this, over the next few minutes, Iris bids you a fine farewell, wishes the blessings of the nine upon you, and leaves with her guards.
Hey, Chester.
This is like the third magical item.
Hey, short stuff, you gone?
Yeah, you're safe to come down now.
Please use the door.
No.
You see, as he just begins falling, like he leaps from the second floor and just slow falls.
Cookie?
Monk.
I actually ate just before coming here. And you see,
actually
as
good.
he's here, he just begins rubbing some of the ink that is plastered over, because he's currently still in his garb. He is still currently hidden away as Arcus. But as he rubs around his neck here, you hear him mutter a few arcane words, and as he does, the ink and paint begins to fade away, and he just lowers his hood.
I wish I could do that after balls, right?
Yeah.
Not quite disguised self, but just able to create this obscuring mask.
Makeup self.
It's actually more than, like, you notice that it kind of, his face shape changes when he puts it on. It actually obscures him more than just being a splatter of various browns and
Gives
grays.
him Batman cheekbones.
Yeah, it's like a greenish hue for the most part around his neck and on his face.
Green Arrow. Batman cheekbones.
I was thinking Green Arrow too.
Yeah.
I know it's Green
Like
Arrow,
CW
but
Green Arrow.
Yeah, I think that's Green Arrow.
I mean that salmon ladder.
Yeah. You had.
Gutters.
I was sent. You had lit the candle.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about the paintings and the murders. That's also why we had Iris
Yes.
here.
Also,
I
your
ha-
little escapade in the park, which everyone told us about as soon as we stepped foot in the city.
We should probably update you about the gold mine too.
Automatons?
We're on a case. Everything is fine. We're tracking down someone who's affiliated with O'Brien and Branson. This artificer unleashed an automaton upon us, which wrecked the park. There'll be more. I think we can go over that. This painting business. I have a few notes I can offer here. Unfortunately, my time is quite short.
Well, with short time, I hate to be a distraction, but how is Bastellus before we get into it? He was a little rough the last time we saw him.
He's taking his time. That illusion beneath Zarathal's tower, and remembering this, you can see. You remember there was an elven individual who looked hurt, who's wearing very similar garb to them. Bastellus lost someone before I got here, and he took the image hard.
Yep.
I only met him once, and well, she was a nice lady. But he's fine. He's on patrol, and I've got to join him. There's this whole business with the Ladrones has been, well, intense.
Other question before we start: where's Tall, Dark, and Loud?
Oh, he's currently, he stops himself, catches himself. He's at the hideout.
Batcave.
It is not a cave.
So we know not to look for caves.
Shady abandoned warehouse disguised as something else.
Oh no, you have the shady
I
warehouse.
was about to say, that part college, I don't
Hey,
It's lit
hey,
here.
hey, see how there's no more mask? That means I can do the razzing. That's how this works.
My God,
wanna
he's got a
tussle?
point.
You want to tussle?
We have
He pulls out his crossbow.
Sorry.
30
no,
gold on
Roll
the
for
Chester.
initiative. You fight him to the death.
30 gold on Chester.
not to the death.
Okay, so we have a limited amount of time, so we want to go as quickly as possible. Number one, the paintings you have seen, the paintings we have seen. We have seen paintings where the messages.
You want a real quick rundown of what he's seen?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Do it.
He knows what Palatissa and he knows what Ugarad, because you talked about it.
Yeah.
He knows what Jaya's says.
What does Jaya say?
Freedom is worth dying for. And in the painting, Jaya, the half-elf man was shackled to a collection. He kind of shudders. The painting, he kind of pulls out a sketch that you can see of it, a very simplified sketch.
Yeah.
It's a burning burning building, and he is shackled to the walls inside. It's still burning, and it says freedom is worth dying for. The other painting, at least the one of the other two paintings we have access to, we actually have two of them. Rowan was this. He was a parcel carrier over at Southminster.
Postman.
It said it was very simple, and Rowan's body was when we found him. There was his own blade stabbed through his chest. He was in a chair, still seated. There was tea at the table, and it just said two-faced liar, deceiver, thief. And I'm so sorry. I said that they have two. But the vigilantes know about a couple more than you're aware of. There was a ship's captain, Captain Tack. He ran this luxury liner that gallivanted about the King's Playground, ferrying nobles and royals to the various ports. The captain was tied to the figurehead and said, "Where did you take them?" Honestly, I'm hopeful that we're able to find whoever's doing this, and we're worried. The Lionheart thinks that the killer is actually one of these victims pretending to be dead, but Bastellus believes he's still out there. I don't know what to think, to be honest.
So all of these messages are extremely personalized, and what we got from Iris earlier while we were talking to her.
Or they're all talking to someone in particular.
Yeah, one person. I mean, okay, listen. This is my crackpot theory. I'm gonna go very quickly.
Yeah, do it.
So, Ugarod, where's my songbird? Songbird, lady, Corin the Wise. Corin the Wise fell in love with a lady who was the Aarakocra singing lady, right? There we go. Number one. Where did you take them? Because the captain probably took her and her husband away somewhere, maybe to get her out of Eltz. Where did you take them? Luxury liner? People who have got money because they're performing in these clubs? Yeah. Liar, deceiver, thief maybe was the person who was passing parcels back and forth or messages back and forth between her and her actual husband, and not, the guy who I think is guilty called Corin the Wise.
Keep going.
Freedom is worth dying for.
Freedom
If
is-
you're gonna run away,
I will also
you might
let
as
you
well
know.
die.
You might as well die.
I will let you know. You guys know that Jaya was. She mentioned that he was a tinkerer and he made things. He made magic stuff.
Right, yeah.
How did you find the captain of the ship, his body and his painting?
Oh, well, so there's. I apologize for being macabre. The captain's actually the first one we found. And to be honest, it was a bit of a spectacle. I actually, Bastellus actually saw the body while still in his plain clothes. I can't, for obvious reasons, tell you much more, but Bastellus found the body.
This might be an impossible ask, but is there ever a way we could get a hold of the ship logs from the captain? If it seems like he took someone somewhere, maybe there's something inconsistent.
He had challenged, but there's only a few major ports. That ship mainly, buddy. That ship mainly just ferries a bunch of noblemen over to the King's Playground.
Exactly.
I mean,
Do you know what the ship's name was?
yeah, it was the Howling Seal.
The Howling Seal.
For a bit of levity, the figurehead's it's got it's a seal, like the animal, with ladies' legs, but it's in one of its flippers. It actually has a small seal. Shit.
Wasn't he found tied to it?
He was.
Do you have any leads on Vincent,
Just-
Alamir, or is it Skalmar?
You see,
Skalmar.
no idea who those dwarves are.
Um,
No idea. They're the Hornstone family, by the way.
Yeah, these
But-
are 3 victims that we know of.
We are aware of Vincent, though we don't know anything about the painting. His family made timepieces, clocks, and pocket watches.
Do you know anything about the Count's murder? Anything about that painting?
Yeah, it's the most recent. Did you get the Count's painting?
I hope you can forgive me. I was with Bastellus, and by the time we heard of what had happened,
Very fair.
Nothing to forgive.
no. But from what the Lionheart told us, the body was found on the balcony, I believe, and was ruptured. The balcony itself is in quite a state, I'm told. the balcony was damaged by whatever happened there.
So we all need to learn prestidigitation and go over with the cleaning crew.
That's new campaign. We clean up after the murderers.
Well, I mean, that's our.
We're Olivia
that's our
Pope.
campaign.
merchant campaign.
You know mending? Anybody know mending? Mending.
I can
No?
prestidigitate.
Hey, Distals.
I can do
I can hit things with a
I
hammer.
cannot
It's
mend.
not on my.
I have a limited amount of cantrips.
We all do.
Isn't that just naturally?
No.
Why do you think we all look so dusty all the time? This is a joke. We can all prestidigitate.
Does it look like it's time to go?
Yeah, I'm on it. You see, he kind of whispers back. You guys can see what sending is. You don't hear other people's sendings.
Any, do you want to drop a name for the automaton? The artificer?
Yes, I do. I do want to tell you that name. Give me just 1 second.
Made the DM pull out all
Yes.
different notes?
And this is a name you know because he was at Branson's party. Kierik. He's a human artificer. He's a local hotshot. One of the only people who makes things anywhere near Benny's bolts.
Roll back. Branson Batty?
Mr. locked himself in his depression cave, Branson? Mr. We robbed him, Branson?
After our last mission, the High Lord's been cooped up in his manor. The only people who are going in there really are workers who are renovating and arcanists who are working on the various forms of security. I would,
He was not that, didn't seem that, like, upset. He was very...
well, I mean, Galavon got shut down.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair.
Whatever's going on, we think that they're tied to Zarathal.
They are tied to Zarathal.
They're definitely tied to Zarathal.
I think it's not just Noah. I think Branson himself was funding whatever was happening there.
He talked
But
about
what the connection-
investors, Yeah.
I have to go.
Yeah.
The
But-
Underdark. Or Undercroft.
Yes. I think they might be affiliated with it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say more, but I believe they killed Bastelis' friend. I have to go.
Packages of cookies to take with you.
They're
Thanks.
Hey. They're genuinely delicious.
This meeting. For a moment, he freezes. Gwynwyn, I was just playing a game. I really appreciate this. Just like your mama used to make.
Thank you.
It's like he's trying to get dumped.
Before you go,
That's not
This
a
is
bad
where you
position to be in.
leave.
All right. With that,
before you run,
he whispers a few words, reapplies his magical makeup, this magical ink on his face. He's a weirdly like green. He's very like camo.
yeah.
Green Arrow.
Swing by sometime when you're not busy. We have a story to tell you.
All right.
Oh, and if you have a direction on where the local crime family is, anywhere we could look, let us know.
The Twilight District.
We can talk more about the Ladrones later. Honestly, we have Branson as our high priority right now, but I'll let Lionheart know.
We're gonna break some kneecaps.
And with that, you all get to kind of finish off your night as Chester heads off.
I was going to suggest our night doesn't end just yet.
I don't think it does.
I
think we're-
say we go trawl the streets for a fight.
Then,
Look up
if that's the
sure.
case, we're gonna go take our break for the evening. Don't leave. We're gonna be back in just a few minutes here. We're gonna go refill our glasses. My players are going to probably plot against me because, honestly, every week we get together and you guys hurt what I prepare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just stab my people.
Or burn them.
You
Or
stab
burn
us
them.
too.
I
Or
do.
both.
You like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you like it.
We'll be back in just. I do. We'll be back, so stay right there. Bye, everybody.
Be right back.
See you
You're
soon. Not
burned.
bye.
Welcome back. All right. So we've talked about not ending our night here, but instead you want to go on a
I
walk?
want to go on a little walk.
You want some walkies?
I want a little walkie.
Sounds like the wizard's
Sorry,
got some
Coco.
spell slots.
And to every dog watching, sorry.
Oh, you want to go on a walk?
upset.
Hey, you want to go on a walk?
I would
You're
love
so
that.
mean.
You're bullying my dog, who is watching this on a screen at home.
Well, in that case, all right. So where were you thinking of heading off this evening?
The shop that we saw in that area.
I want to kind of wander to the shops, through the streets, just like
Towards
I
the
just want
Could
to
I-
go on a patrol real quick.
Could I have asked Rickard, like, Where's their hideout? Where do they hang out? Do you know?
When do they come around, too?
Yeah, this will have happened at any point. They've been coming by every day for the past couple of days, and well, I know the drones work up in the Twilight District, but these new fellas, I would assume they're probably somewhere separate.
What time of day do they normally come by to the shop? Is it at the same time every day?
They've been visiting Spindle Street late evening, probably around like 11:30-ish.
We could go there and wait for them.
That's what I was thinking.
Let's go for a patrol.
Spindle Streets is the kind of narrow curving road in the weeds.
We could wait on the rooftops.
No, I want to be right there.
Okay, that's fair.
You can wait on the rooftop.
No, I'm not very good at. I'm not very good at range.
Do you like a mask?
No, I want them to see my face.
Yes. Oh, they're not going to see anything but darkness.
They're not gonna be alive to tell the
Do
story.
I need to stay home and
darkness.
crochet?
Yes.
You don't want to bust some kneecaps with us?
They're people who are actively tormenting others.
I'm giving you a limited time for planning. What would you like to do this evening? Because you know you guys have, assuming you're going to go and head over and find a place to hide over on Spindle Street, you would want to head out soon.
Sounds
I don't think
great.
we're hiding. I think we're gonna be.
We're gonna be hiding. in
We
magic.
don't want to be in plain
I
sight.
can
because
see
then they
magical
won't come out.
darkness. I'm so excited.
We're a little bit infamous.
You're a mercenary band. That's
We're
pretty well known
obviously
here.
mercenaries.
So we'll hide and then jump out and then
kablam.
yeah, kablam.
Kerblam, everybody.
You know, fireball, magical darkness.
Can you cast sending actually before we go? Because
I can't cast sending.
I was gonna say
That one
because
we had.
I don't have it
Milton
today.
Was asking.
Right, so that's
questions
my question
for us.
is,
I'm out of
are you
third.
going tonight or tomorrow night?
Level spell slot.
Why would we go tomorrow night?
You want to go tomorrow night?
Why would we go tomorrow night? What was it?
Because you talked about spell slots. I was just asking.
No. I have all my spell slots. I just don't have
Are
the
you
spell sending.
Oh,
prepped.
but you cast it today.
No.
No.
Thorn
That
did.
one.
I didn't have it prepped.
Thorn did. Oh, you've
No.
taken a short rest too.
But I mean, that doesn't apply to my third level spell slots.
If you're down
Are
and you
you
want to
okay
wait, we can
to
wait.
do this?
I don't have third level, and I still have 2 second and 6 first level, so I think I'll be okay.
Okay. I'm not gonna feel
Okay.
bad for you.
Okay, then let's go.
Let's
We're
go.
running out of time.
We'll keep going
not
out.
IRL time.
Hoping to find vengeance
Fictional time.
for Rickert's, for the assault against Rickert, or maybe just to bust some heads. You all set off out from the warehouse, making your way towards the weeds. The weeds, a rundown portion, a slum, truly, within the city, home to dozens and dozens of these smaller structures, often pushed up right next to each other, or if they do have alleys that are poorly maintained, often little more than muddy patches with planks of wood or hastily retrieved stone thrown on top to give them some amount of footing. You make your way through the moderately lit streets. The lanterns here seeming of lower quality, offering bright light for about 10 feet and dim light for an additional 10 feet. So the lighting's not great where you're currently heading. Making your way through the town, are you trying to move stealthily, even if you're not all good at it? In that case, please make me a stealth roll as you try to pass through the city. It's more important. This is more about your inconspicuousness than anything else.
Big ol' elephant walking through
Everywhere
the streets.
but a high-
Don't you have
apparently am
disadvantage?
stealthy.
You have disadvantage because you're wearing heavy armor, Jake.
How
Yeah.
dare you?
I'm sorry.
Is it really heavy
Everyone
armor
had
to
that
me
color.
though?
All right, we're gonna start with L.
8.
8,
13.
Nice.
13,
9.
9,
19.
19. This is the deciding roll.
5.
Wait, stop. Heavy armor goes first.
As you're heading through the streets, you do feel the general pressure. There are occasional eyes upon you. Making your way through the weeds, the structures here getting a little less grandiose. So that is a question. Did you want to have woken up Raulnor and brought
He's
him with you? or-
sleeping. I feel bad about waking him up.
Can you put him in a bag while he's sleeping?
No, I can't carry him anymore.
He's much larger now. He is
Yeah.
almost as big as Gwynwyn.
Can you ride him yet?
No.
Can
No.
I ride him?
No, he is a small creature. He's still
He's a
smaller than
dog.
He's the size of a halfling.
He's
Okay.
a German Shepherd.
He's
Right,
a
a German
small
Shepherd.
German Shepherd.
He's a prosciutto.
But his
a
head
year
is
ago.
huge. His head is massive.
It's prosciutto a year ago.
And he tries to eat food out of the
Ah!
His little bulbous noggin.
It sounds like mozzarella.
Ah! All right. In that case, as you keep heading in, you do get the sense that there are pickpockets and the occasional just brigand who kind of walk around here. You see, kind of walking past you, hand resting on the pommel of his dagger, a single just roguish fellow, gray hair, pale skin. You can see him briefly look up from his hood and then keep walking, passing by. What are you doing?
I'm looking for yellow
Birds.
shirts.
She's sending birds into the world.
Hoot and chirp her out.
Oh, you're casting Flock of Familiars.
Sorry.
All you
Birds.
said
All
was
of a sudden, she's a
birds.
magician. Doves fly.
I got
Don't
you,
see me.
Victoria.
You see doves
I
cry?
understood.
I also understand.
Yeah.
All right.
We speak
Purple rain.
Great. So that's absolutely fine. Casting these creatures up, you fly up into they fly up into the night as you proceed closer and closer towards Spindle Street. Give me a perception check.
May I use my birds?
Yes, you can roll with advantage because it's to represent the three of them going out.
Aha.
And like I said, I'm looking out for people.
I think I gave you Squawk as well. Yeah, Squawk's next to you.
Yeah. That'll be.
I don't have three.
With their perception or mine?
So you're looking through their eyes. You can use your perception score.
15.
15. I got good news for you.
Uh oh.
The good news is you see some of your targets.
Yeah.
Yellow shirts.
You see some of these individuals. Connor, you want to explain why you're looking for yellow shirts in particular?
They're the ones that attacked my uncle.
They are the ones who attacked your uncle. And despite what you're going to see on the miniatures on the board, you see yellow shirts.
Yeah. You take actions.
So you're quite a bit away. Presumably you'll be dashing there. We'll talk about that in a second.
No. It's like an action that lasts a long time. So.
Yeah, if you have anything that lasts more than a minute, you can do that to easily keep it here.
Okay.
But what I will say, I'm going to go ahead in just a second reveal the map to
Yeah, I'm
you.
gonna cast minute meteors.
Go ahead.
Like it.
Overkill?
Yeah.
Considering it's a busy street, I would avoid fireball.
Right. That was my thinking.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
Oh, look, they're in a line.
That we don't have a dragon.
Lightning bolt. No.
No lightning bolts on the party.
Catapult works.
Oop, not this one.
Sorry.
That one ain't got no base.
Most other lines.
From above, go ahead and give us big miniature view, Alex.
Are they shaking people down?
From above, you see a collection of these armed men, as well as a couple of peasants, civilians here, who are well, peasants is accurate. It feels weird, but we're in medieval stuff.
So,
But can I have one of those red rings, Connor?
what was my uncle's shop's name again?
It was a general store.
It's not like Rickard's
The
general
slippery
store.
ink.
It's the sergeant store, actually.
Ink.
So I'm gonna be.
I like that.
I'm gonna,
That's
so
funny.
there are times
Can
as
it
a
be
ju-
the
as-
slippery ink?
you know what? It can be.
Okay, cool.
Great.
Oxford can be canon.
Yes.
That's so as you're flying up, you notice in
funny.
the dim light of this lantern, you can see that flying above here, you're able to see that the scene looks like 4 of these individuals who are here at the moment. There are other people walking through some of the nearby streets, but here is the most well lit, especially as this man tosses what looks to be some sort of flask into the structure in front of him, lighting it on fire
only-
as the man begins to wail, "No! No!"
Was it the man with the yellow-green cape?
This one?
Yes.
Yes, he threw it.
He's my target. Great.
But you see the individual in orange here and in the white coat here, they look to live here on the road. Well, in the buildings, presumably, here on Spindle Street. Let me go ahead and place just a couple more.
Okay.
Just a couple more friends.
I like the civilians.
They are
They look really nice.
Oh, I'll admit these came pre-painted.
I would like.
I
to,
like them though.
I would like to approach one of the yellow-shirted men.
Sure. In that case, I will let you know. You all are coming from this direction, heading out past this currently empty stall, and making your way south. So you're actually, this is rotated, but you're basically heading southeast.
I
towards
look
the section of the woods.
ridiculous. I'm flanked by 3 birds and I have meteors floating
Yeah.
around my head.
I'm sorry,
the
you
devil.
cast minute meteors. Boom, 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 boom.
I cast Arcane Eye. Or not cast, but I use my Arcane Eye.
Sorry. So here's the thing. I'm giving you this information now.
Yeah.
If you are taking something, so you basically how we're doing is there's 2 turns to get there, unless you're not dashing, in which case it'll be you have to dash at least once to get
I'm
there.
not trying to start anything yet. I want
Yeah.
to approach one of them.
Okay.
I'm hanging back because of my.
Can I have you guys place? Can I have some miniatures, please?
Of course.
They're all the way over there.
I'll hang back with Ismini.
I'm gonna hang
Because
back.
I have meteors floating around my head.
I'm an elephant.
I'm
I don't want to
afraid.
scare people off. Wait, is the
Yes.
building already on fire?
Yes, he's just
Yes.
thrown. Basically, he threw a flask of alchemist's fire.
Are we near a well?
Yes, there's a well right here.
Okay.
Oh, I see the well now.
So,
And then
But as you're heading here with that kind of mediocre stealth check from before, it's accurate. You all can see. Thorn says he wants to start walking forward. You watch as one of these people here begins marching towards you on the street. You've been here before. You are no more than 100 feet away from Rickert's shop. Things get a lot more close up. But this man walks up to you. Hey, you're walking around here awful late. You might consider pissing off instead.
I'm actually looking for someone, and I'll keep moving forward towards him.
He draws his blade out as you get 10 feet from him. I think that's close enough, don't you?
Did you hurt my uncle? My Uncle Rickard?
I'm making 2 rolls here. Man, you should have rolled high. That would have been smart.
Yeah, I've met the old man.
Bonus
What
action.
of it?
Quicken spell,
you-
cast darkness.
You'd like to roll for initiative, is what I'm hearing here?
Yeah, quicken
Oh,
spell,
it's time
cast
for violence.
darkness.
We're going to go ahead and roll for initiative.
you can still see and hear me, right? With darkness with your eyes.
Yes, I can. Cool. Grabbing my pendant.
I will. So,
Quickening darkness.
here's the thing. There's no surprise round because he was already ready for what's going on here.
Sure.
Friends marching up. But I'm going to give you advantage because you were so clearly like, because of this. I'm going to give you advantage to the first roll. We'll go around the table the other direction from the normal. Lilier.
sorry, was not ready. Natural 1
Okay.
for a 5.
Oh, wait, I can cast
Okay.
darkness.
Ismini.
10.
Dexterity mod.
2.
Okay. Gwynwyn.
14.
Nice.
Silas.
20.
Laurentius.
Lucky number 13.
Very nice.
Dude, where are those discs? Just throw a darkness thing around me.
We don't have a big one.
No, I know. Just so I can have it represented.
Oh, right here. You could use it. There's like a dark purple
Yeah. Sure.
as the center of that. You'll have to tell me how fast it is because that won't happen until your turn.
It's quicken spell, so bonus.
Right. It'll be, but it's on your. So
Right.
yes, because you didn't stealth. They're not surprised. So that'll be your action and bonus action this first turn.
Sure.
I will let you know. Unfortunately, he's got the drop on you. You grabbing your component pouch. You said.
I grab my my
Amulet?
my amulet.
Grabbing your amulet, but you begin casting these spells. He looks at you. All right, we got company, boys. And you see these two rogues charging at you. They're each going to make one attack at you. Go ahead and roll these together. Ooh, does a 19 hit you?
I'll shield.
Okay, and does a 21 hit you?
21 hits.
Okay, only one of these is going to hit, as he finds he finds just the weak point in your defenses here. It's not much damage to begin with, but you watch Thorn begin charging up, pissed off hearing this guy hurt his uncle. He begins casting these spells. As he walks up, that is max on the sneak attack damage. It's going to be 17 points of piercing damage as this man tries to run you through. You're able to backpedal up just a few feet, but you see just already on the side of your nice coat, darkening deep purple red blood. That was their turn. You see that the Commodore behind them, panicking, just kind of stands there. He doesn't look like he's armed, the man in the orange clothes, but that is then going to be Silas's turn.
bonus action, I'm going to call after Thorn. Don't do anything too stupid. And rally.
I ignore it.
I'm giving you
No.
10 HP.
You call out. This gives you how much temporary hit points?
It's a combat superiority die, so a D8 plus my charisma modifier, 1.
So roll a d8, Jake.
If I can.
Roll an 8.
It's 5. But still.
So it's 6 total?
No.
No, he did the math already.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. You did the math.
Yes.
I don't do the math.
No, I totally feel you. All right, so giving you some temporary hit points, you feel this inspiration as you, almost like a tailwind, your allies approach. Just giving you this support. Silas, that was just a bonus action for you, or
Bonus
replaces an
action.
attack?
It replaces a bonus action. Replaces a bonus action. It's a bonus action.
Perfect. So you have your movement and your action. You can see there's 2 enemies in front of you. You also see flames begin to appear on this one small structure nearby, over by the guard bell.
Darkness hasn't gone off yet.
Darkness hasn't happened yet, so you can still totally see what's going on where you are. You can hear, they're not being quiet. You can hear the other folks here, and you saw Laurentius turn and look at them briefly.
Well, one of them did just hit my friend, so let's hit them back. Can someone help me move to the guy
Sure.
who's about to apparently
Which one?
knock
The
out?
one on the right just stabbed him.
Yes.
Perfect. Heading up to the man who just hit your buddy, you draw out your hammer shield in your other hand and make your strike, or your flail and shield, swinging down your flail.
Unfortunate. I'm assuming 13?
13 will miss this Bugarda Slayer.
Nice name. 27.
That'll absolutely hit. All right, bringing your weapon down, you strike against this the man wearing the more green cloak on the outside.
12.
12 points of damage. A solid strike as you hit against him. He is still up.
Shoving him back 5 feet with a crusher beat.
Absolutely. You knock him back. You want to knock him back directly, or you want him back diagonally?
Diagonally. And
The other way.
it seems
No, diagonal's great.
I'm gonna leave it there then. Never
Okay.
mind.
Whatever you want.
Blessed. That's my turn. I have a bonus action.
Perfect. In that case, we're then going to continue on. Everything's totally fine. Gwynwyn, as the battle continues, you see Silas and Thorn are engaging on this front. What would you like to do?
I don't have a way to put out fire. I only cause fires.
You
which
could
is
burn
probably a
enough. You
problem.
could make a fire. You could burn down the whole area, and then eventually the fire would stop.
Yeah, that's usually how I put out fires.
In all of your years, how did you not plan for something to stop your own fires?
You don't
That's
pack
what
a
you're
fire
here for.
extinguisher.
You're the fire
But
extinguisher.
Gwynwyn, what would you like to do?
So I'd like to attack the other one who tried attacking Thor with a firebolt.
Yes, this one here. If you'd like to move, you would ignore the cover anyways. You're fine.
Cover.
You've got plenty of movement after your shots.
Math 20.
Math 20 is a hit. They don't have any ability to deal with this here.
11, 16 points of fire damage.
16 points of fire damage. A very solid hit against the one on that side.
And then I want to start moving that way as much as I can. Start heading towards like the burning building. Yeah.
You can go here. You can't quite see the other folks who are around. Now, the building itself, these
I
are
wanna
mostly
try.
one-story structures.
Great.
You're fine. They're mostly one-story structures. You could physically get up there, though they're not great. They're not well-maintained, so a lot of them would collapse pretty quickly. But you are able to see that you're approaching an alley over on this side of the map to make it to the other side of the road. Okay, that was your turn?
Yes.
All right, in that case, it is then going to be Laurentius. You've got these 2 guys, only one of them within melee range of you now.
Sorry, Silas. Darkness goes off.
And you casting it on your amulet?
Yeah.
So it's going to follow you. And is it 30-foot radius?
It's a 20-foot.
20-foot radius. This is massive. As you step forward, you hear the commoner scream as
Sorry,
he engulfs.
15. My bad.
15? 5 to 15. So he just barely is inside of it. But this huge circle, this entire area is shrouded in magical darkness.
And I'm going to take out my sword, and I'm going to cast Green Flame Blade and attack the guy that just stabbed me.
That's really good for you. I didn't realize why you wanted him to be there.
Yeah.
Fantastic. For you can see this green light emanate from your blade, but for everyone else, fully dark. There's no dark vision applies here.
Assuming that it can't see me.
They cannot see you, so you have advantage on this attack roll because you can see them and they can't see you.
20 to hit.
20 to hit is a hit, and because they can't see you, I don't get to use my reaction to
Swinging
dodge uncannily.
two-handed, so I'll do a 1d10.
Or, as it's written on their stat block, duck and cover.
We should adopt a dog.
Do you need the?
We both did the same thing.
No, these guys have no damage
Cold
resistance.
War
Okay,
era.
cool.
So the first guy takes your normal damage plus 1 extra die of damage.
Yeah, so it's 16 points of damage,
16 points of damage. You can see that guy is bloodied.
and the other guy takes
Yes, as you strike him,
8 points of fire damage.
8 points. Is that max?
No, almost.
Oh,
Actually, not.
a curl of flame emerges off from the side of him,
Less than half, yeah.
bursting out of his wounds and striking his ally for 8 points of damage. That guy is bloodied. Exactly bloodied.
That's my turn.
Okay. Excellent. From there, we're going to go to Ismini. Ismini, a huge chunk of this side of the map has been made invisible from your point of view.
Great.
Sorry.
Move me up 30 because I know I can see down the alleyway if I move up 30.
You can get to 25 to go here. You still have another square if you want to use it.
I can see that guy in yellow.
You can see both the guy in yellow and the commoner next to him.
Bonus action hex, action chill touch.
Amazing. He's got one hand on his morning star and the other hand he's grappled the person he's standing next
Flock
to.
is going to give me advantage. Hoot is going to go on to the guy who's next to him. Chirp can't see anybody
Okay.
because the darkness. They can't see in magical darkness.
Sure. You
But-
could have them both go and mess with the same person.
Yeah, sure then.
They're both messing with this guy, you said?
Yeah.
Cool. You take your shot with chill touch.
17?
17
A natural one in there.
against these the Bugarda enforcers is a hit.
16 points of damage and he cannot regain health.
16 points of damage. That was
Yeah.
the one. Okay, perfect. In his mini, that was your bonus action with that hex action with the chill touch. I think that's it for your turn, unless you want to move your last square.
I will move my last square.
Cool. Get you some cover here in this corner. You can now see both of them and have cover.
Great.
Okay, with that, it's going to be those big old bandits, the enforcers right there. Having tossed this Molotov, this alchemist fire at the building.
I can't melf because they're touching a commoner.
Fair.
Yeah.
Seeing what's going on, that they're under attack, you see that the one with the crossbow, listen to the orders, is going to walk around. He'll take up position right here and take a shot at you, Ismini.
Go ahead.
Firing it with his heavy crossbow. Ooh, I don't think this is going to work. One of them definitely misses. The other one's a 19.
19 will hit.
Okay. That's going to be, not good. 4 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The other one is going to move out of the way. 3. And just move. I'm actually going to move like this. Move a few spaces out so you cannot see him. And that is his turn. We're then going to move to the commoners. The one who's closest is going to try to break the grapple.
Flex on
What I
them.
did?
Is that a nat 20?
My house! Begins to panic, entering his home, trying to get what he
The
can.
opposite of what you should do.
Go to the well. Go
Don't
to
run
the
into the
well.
burning building.
He runs in, hoping to gather what little he has in this world.
Does anybody have any water?
No.
On the other side, this other commoner is going to go over here and cower.
Smart commoner.
Nice. Take the cower action.
Is that an action? Can I do it?
No.
Cool. No one has acted.
You're not.
The others who are hiding their buildings have not acted at this point. All right. We're then going to go to last initiative order, Ililia Arendral.
Good news. I have blind sight right now. So
This is magic.
Because you used your arcane eye.
Good call.
Does that work through magical darkness?
well, you said I'm going to
No,
make
it's
it really
blind
dark
sight.
in here, and I said I should be able to see magical darkness.
That's not a problem. Blind sight isn't see. It's not see while blinded. It's sense in an area around you.
Right.
Up
It's
to 10
Daredevil.
feet
So-
or
It's
an hour.
it's not quite, but
I still think.
So-
Does she still get advantage because they can't see her?
so
I don't know how it works.
I can see
personally.
them. They can't see me.
we'd have to. So here's the thing.
Do you want me
I
to
will,
look
I'm
I
at,
think it's on site.
I'll make
right?
it. I will make a decision for this turn. We'll look up blind sight rules later because I actually believe it's not quite as good as you think. Here, I'm going to give you advantage for this for the roll during this. That's fine.
I get to roll 3 dice.
Yes, yes.
Okay, bonus action. I'm going to ignite my weapon with thunder damage.
Okay.
Actually, lightning.
All
I'm
right.
gonna roll my first.
Lightning damage. You charge your blade with crackling light. You can't see it.
I am rolling my mithril with my mithril right
Yes.
here. I'm not pulling out the stolen weapon. Mark me down for that one, by the way. An 18 on the first hit.
18 does hit. You charge up, striking at this bandit.
Should I go ahead and roll the second hit?
I need to know your damage. I need to know if you kill him.
Do you need anything separate?
Nope. These are just like guys.
16.
He's taken 16 damage exactly 3 times and goes down.
Dang, I can't move anymore. Now I'm brimming with energy because I can't.
Can you extra
Wait,
tap
was that
throw your
lethal or
weapon?
non-lethal?
Oh, it was lethal.
No one
They
can
came
see
here to
it.
burn down a bunch of homes.
Yeah, these are objectively evil people. Zarathal, the mob. My shit list is short.
In that case, we're going to continue the top. It's going to be the boy right in front
One of
of
them's not even on that shit list anymore.
Laurentius. That man right there, kind of
It gets
freaking out.
shorter.
Just he's not going to try to attack because he can't quite see you yet, and just begins shouting, "Boys, we need help! Get more of the men!" Calling out, and you start hearing murmurs off of this. Just be people start shouting. You hear another crack of fiery glass as another structure off in the distance billows with smoke. And you hear charging of footsteps coming from different directions. More are coming. I'm going to provoke an attack of opportunity,
I'll take it.
and he's going to try to go.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to get into it.
assuming
He
it-
doesn't know. This would provoke from L as well.
I'm assuming a 13.
13 does not hit. I am. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Should I roll- oh.
No. I'm sorry. You can have your reaction back.
Okay.
I'm going to disengage.
Oh, wait, no, I got it back. Cool.
One of those basic actions we never use. But he's going to disengage and then move
No rogues.
over further in this direction, getting right to the edge of the map.
No rogue and no cleric.
That is then going to be Silas. It's your turn. It's very dark. You cannot see your own trunk. It's very sad.
No, but I heard someone scream, "My house!" So I'm gonna walk in that general direction through the darkness.
There's 2 birds on the guy in the yellow.
You now are 5, 10. You can still not see, but if you try to walk forward, you are aware there's a person next to you.
We talked about something, and I want to see if you'll let me do it. Bait and switch can work on any character, a friend or an enemy.
Yes.
Can I swap places with them?
You have enough movement. Increasing your armor class, you swap places with someone.
That's so dumb. I love
It's
it.
so mean. It's an automatic bull rush.
Now he's blind.
Cool.
He is now blind.
He's the guy who threw the fire.
Oh, that's fair. I can't see him anymore, though. I didn't think about that. So
No, the door's still open. If you'd like to go here, you can get to the door where you see this person is shoveling things he can into a bag. One of his hands, he's got the small backpack. He's loading stuff in as he can. What the wall shatters. Someone as the building is starting to come down.
looking at the guy next to me. You don't see a cloud of magical darkness every day. I recommend helping me get the guy out of here, or, well, you might not make it out of here in general.
I recommend you leave, for I got you or my boss guts you.
That was very rude.
I like that.
It was good.
Well,
That was a good one. Yeah.
okay.
I get all the bicycles?
You get a bicycle for accents, yes.
You guys didn't get a bicycle,
yes,
yes.
we all just literally clapped.
I didn't clap.
So are you swinging at this person?
3.
I don't think I have enough movement to get into the building, so I might as well swing.
Okay,
That's
excellent.
rude to me.
Still having your weapon out and leaving enough space. Like, I'll let you kind of basically standing on the edge of a space to allow the other guy to get out and walk past you because you're treating him as an ally. You're able to make your 2 attacks. These are normal rolls.
The first one is going to be a 28.
28 super hits. Go ahead and roll that damage. This is this is not the one who is injured.
17 points of damage.
17 points of damage.
Yeah.
Second swing.
25.
Yeah, those will both hit.
17 points of damage.
Max damage.
Incredibly hurt. He's bloodied.
Are you sure you don't want to help? It's a kind offer.
It's not.
Your life.
Your turn's over, Jay.
Oh, it's fine.
Unless you're action surging.
Talking is free action.
Talking
Talk for an hour.
You see he's beginning to draw out his morning star. That's like his plan. He's going to hit you with his pointy stab stick.
Okay.
Is it nice? Can I take it afterwards?
All right, that is... Jake, roll me a d20. Roll low for me.
18.
Oh, come on.
Son of a bitch.
Give me some guys in shooting range.
Anyways.
We all start
What
pulling
did
out
I roll
pistols.
for?
Is that what this becomes? Or
Actually, our D&D campaign is just gone.
Stop hitting the table.
I don't think it was me that time.
Elbows.
Might be me.
Cool.
Might be me.
You don't have elbows?
Giggling.
Just laughing.
How dare stop having fun.
Oh, I don't think that's possible with y'all.
All right.
This is the Latin Club after all.
I'm gonna fight you.
Well,
That's a callback.
I can't see much,
For those who've been here.
but I'm gonna go ahead and take my 2 shots. I have advantage as two hidden enemies fire. However, they cannot see their target. Their attack would be a disadvantage.
So neutral.
But it's a neutral roll.
Does
Oh,
that
no.
not collapse like that?
Wow. Well,
Hey,
so okay,
it's well constructed.
I can't perfectly replicate what these things actually are supposed to be. I'm gonna put them on the structure that's right next to it instead. We're fine.
Need some like bubble gum.
Yeah, like sticky tack.
Yeah.
These two folks who are these two folks kind of pop out behind some of the roofing here. This like thick straw that has been packed down here, and I take their shots. These are flat rolls against our dear Laurentius. No sneak attack because of it. One of them super misses. One of them is very much looking like it's going to be a hit. That is a 23 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
All right, taking your damage and making a con save. 4 points of damage and making me a concentration check.
I have advantage.
That's going to be Gwynwyn's turn.
I don't like
think
people
I
who
have.
just shot arrows, so I'm gonna fire at
4, you said?
the one in green. I'll go with it.
Sure, take your shot.
I love this model. Only an 11. That's a miss.
11 is going to be a miss there, unfortunately.
Love that you recover.
I also am going to say,
I hide.
I'm so
They
sorry.
don't.
You cannot see these people.
Are
Through
they
darkness.
There's a 15-foot sphere. Is this tall?
You can see that person. Right?
So
On
you
the
could move
ground?
and see this person who's here, but these people, you could move back and see this guy over here if you'd like.
Oh, then if I.
Sorry, you can't
I
see
can't-
what's
I
going
didn't
on
see
there.
that they-
Right.
Yeah.
My apologies. You aren't aware of the, like, you can hear firing, but you're not able to see over that. This is one hard part with Matt. We'd have to get a glass dome to represent this.
Yeah. Then I
It's on
will
a
take
shopping
back
list.
all that, and I'm gonna go attack the one who I know.
You're gonna
is
shoot the one you would have shot if you had not known this?
Yes.
You're good. Well,
Shoot your shot.
you shot your shot.
I miss the days when an 11 would hit.
Same way I would have rolled over your hit to this person.
Yeah.
So taking this, you fire down. Because of the angle here, it's a little bit hard. You both have, he has some major cover, but you got a spell sniper. Fortunately, not quite enough to hit him.
That's fair.
That'll then go back to Laurentius. Laurentius, you're concentrating on darkness. It seems to be ruining their day.
Okay, I'm gonna quicken spell Eldritch Blast and then cast it again as my action. So I'm gonna go blast, 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 blast.
You're gonna shoot four all at the same
guys.
time, all with advantage at 4 different people.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope, actually. I won't lie.
I got
More
it.
D20s.
I got it.
8 D20s?
Yeah.
Why did you come prepared?
Because advantage.
And what we'll do is whatever first once you read, we'll just do them in this order.
Sure.
Eldritch Blast.
He has in case anyone's curious how he can roll so many dice, he has sets of matching dice that each represent their own blast.
That's
I
smart.
think they're all hits. The lowest one is a 22 to hit.
Those will all be hits.
Okay. Just making sure.
Both they can't see you. So the 3 guys on this side can't use their reaction.
So do you want me to just roll them in like clockwise?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay.
Answer.
8 to this guy.
He's still standing. You struck him with a wall of force.
10 to this guy. 8 to that guy.
Okay.
And the last one is a 12.
12 points. He's hurt. He's not quite bloodied, actually. This guy.
I'll go.
Firing.
You also had advantage on him because he has birds on him.
Yes. Sorry, no one else had been able to see him
Right, yeah.
at that point.
My bad.
Okay, I just moved up 15 feet and I'm
Perfect. Now, Gwen, you'll be able to move back if you wanted to mess with this guy. You have more free reign of the battlefield. We're then going to move on. That was Laurentius to Ismini's turn. Ismini, what do you got for me?
So my guy over there in the corner, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do the squawk and chirp on him, and then hoot on the guy further away, off in the corner by L. 'Cause
Sure.
He's no longer in the dark.
Perfect. You send your birds off.
Yeah.
Next attack on this has advantage. Next attack on this guy has advantage.
Next 2.
Next 2. Great.
So she'll touch. That'll be a 19 to hit.
So, you have no way of overcoming the cover, correct? By default?
Correct.
I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I can't do that because it's a ranged attack. I'm gonna do nothing. His parry. Melee only. Silas just rolled like all 23.
19.
19 points of damage.
Yeah.
He is bloodied.
And then I'm gonna send 2 meteors at him.
I tried to warn you, buddy. I did. You could have helped save a life, but now yours ends tonight.
So it's gonna be 1 with advantage, 1 without. Meteors, because they're spell attacks. That'll be 26.
Yeah, that hits.
And then another 26.
Those both hit. Okay.
So that is that'll be 3d6 on both of those because of Hex.
Hell yeah.
Hex is a good spell, guys.
Real good.
That'll be another 12 points of damage, I think. No.
Make sure.
10.
21 points of damage.
Good,
a lot
because
more.
where he would have been alive before, he is now. Huh?
Big hole.
Yeah. Oh, you have fully. The chill touch has grabbed and rended portion of his armor. You see studs from his leather burst off.
Oh no, it's a
from his
save.
chest.
It's a save. I'm sorry.
An attack
Save
roll.
against half.
Not a save. It's
What is
not
the
an attack
save?
roll. It's a save. It's a DC.
This is
16.
for chill touch. Oh no, it's.
Yeah,
I didn't-
sorry, I was misreading.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Two saving throws.
What kind of save?
It is a
Gotta know this one.
Dex.
Yeah.
Is Dex
Gotta
okay?
do Dex.
18 and a natural 1.
1 fail.
Okay.
Never mind. 6 points of damage. You make a save as well. You make 2 saves as well.
What is he making saves?
Because
AoE.
he's 5 foot.
Oh, you're hitting Silas too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. He is still
My
up.
apologies. I
Was it
misunderstood the
3d6?
spell. No, because it's for to hit. It's for a spell attack.
Yes.
I failed both.
Hex doesn't work with that.
10 points of damage.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Okay. Is that it for your turn? Or you want to move?
I'm gonna scooch into the alleyway
All the woodwork.
so that Gwynwyn will be able to.
It is very hard to breathe in this as the building next to you is burning.
Great. And there's still a bird on him.
Can I have another one of these,
Apologies
please?
for misunderstanding spell.
Another ring, please. Oh, never mind. I don't need it yet.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the big old bandits. Big old bandits, not seeing what's going on. The one who had the crossbow drops his crossbow, brings us out, and we're gonna go out. I didn't mean to bump this.
Come on. Let's go. Flank me. You can do it.
I can. Yeah. This is gonna be hard to hit. I know you, Jake.
You remember that I used the maneuver.
I do.
You want to know my AC is?
I don't. In fact, the first attack is super miss. I just rolled a 6-7, 6-7. 11-4. I'm not even gonna do the math. 24.
Misses.
That was a 19 on the die, guys.
Can you hit him?
Natural
wanna
20
know-
hit.
Could not hit him.
No, my AC.
Dude,
Because of that.
here's the
roll.
thing. It's not that they're missing you for all of these. Like, you're parrying some of these. You shield bash one of them aside, and then as you're right from behind, you hear the whistling through there as this morning star holes in it just for the sound as it flies through the air. Strikes you. Morning star, big mace with spikes at the end, strikes you in the shoulder, bong, and bounces off your magic armor.
It made a fun sound. I need it.
The guy behind you is mortified by what just happened.
I want his sword.
That is going to be the commoner's turn. That was the big bandits. The one who's inside, having finished, is going to try to move through your space and will provoke.
Come on.
Oh.
Fine.
Sure.
Use your reaction.
10 gold, whoever doesn't hit him.
I use my reaction.
They get so much more money than 10 gold.
I'm gonna put my arcane ward in front of him.
You can absolutely. I'll say you can see that because he's like right in the square when he's running out.
I did it intentionally to get there.
It's 12 points of damage.
Great.
Sorry, 11 points of damage. I'm so sorry for fibbing.
Okay, 4 points left.
Is he fine?
He's fine. There's 4 points left in the shield.
This comes down. You see it striking the back of his skull. This man, everything he owns in his arms, and Ismini's ward flies up, blocking it, reverberating under the force of the strike. And he heads back. You see him kick open the door and just begins calling out, "Martha! Martha!" Just calling for people to get out of the house. That is then going to be, continuing the rest of the commoners. Oh! And someone emerge from here.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Right into the darkness.
Oh no!
Open the door.
Open their door. They see
Turn out the
darkness.
lights.
Close the
Do
door.
they have a back door?
Seeing what's going on, these you see a pair of women leave this structure here, one of the larger stone buildings here, and begin seeing the darkness and the battle going on, begin sprinting back towards this alleyway this way.
Call the guards.
Do you yell, "Call the guards"?
We should.
No.
No,
No.
not asking for. There's no debate happening in the middle of the fight. I'm asking what Jake. Does Silas do that?
I didn't see the women. I didn't see that guy.
Okay.
That's
Actually, fair.
Cool.
He can't see anything.
They begin heading off in this direction. Only Gwynwyn is next to the guard bell. That is.
just burn it out. Least likely to call the guards.
That was the commoner's room.
Lauren, I'm-
You hear
Cast silence on the guard.
Laurentius, you see a man in a simple blue tunic. There's a sort of like a, I would say almost vestment adornments to it, with a silver amulet on his neck. It's hard to tell make out colors, but you can tell reflective surfaces. It is of a giant blazing sun, and as he opens the door, he's like, "I will not be denied the light of the Morning Lord." And he draws forth a wand.
I can't mind link as a
No, not as a reaction, no. He starts looking around. He has no idea where you are, though. That is going to be Elle's turn.
Can I quietly? I'll move up a little bit.
Not quietly. Stealth is an action for you.
No, I'm going to speak quietly.
Oh,
To
yes.
Thorn, do you want me to help you?
What? No, I'm just kidding.
Who's there? Strike. I shoot Elle 4 times. Eldritch Blast.
What?
Do you want me to help you or?
Go do your thing. I'm good.
Okay, because
Are you gonna get that baddie in the corner? Oh no.
I'm gonna get this baddie because this guy is basically armed to the teeth with Eldritch Blasts.
Oh, that's fair. He can take care of all three.
And
You get
Silas
advantage.
isn't like murdering people. So, and I believe you also I can see a bird flying overhead.
It was on the guy all the way. Yeah.
It was on this guy.
You're fine.
So,
So
I step out of magical darkness.
this person has one more advantage from the bird available, not this one.
And then the guy in the very
This
front
guy
with fire
has it.
has.
Oh, well, I'm gonna step out of magical darkness to kill this guy then.
Sure, that does work. All right, going forth to kill one of these faster bandits
So I
here. These
step out of
slayers.
darkness.
Step out of darkness. Stab with advantage. You love dropping dice. I feel it.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. This guy is
He's
in
dead.
rough shape.
I really hope he's not dead, because I would like to swing twice.
He's gonna die.
He's gonna die.
I think he was already on death's door.
Oh my gosh.
Max damage?
Almost.
Almost.
2 away.
I like the
Like,
calculations.
like,
didn't even
16,
happen.
24,
So this is the first time in the
30,
campaign where we see red
34,
Yeah.
mist.
34.
She's bisected someone.
You fully,
like,
as
just
you
miss.
run him through, and the shocking electricity from your enhanced weapon bursts him. Like he goes rigid, and then spasms off your blade.
Water balloon?
No, no.
I just
Gross.
want to swing twice, I say.
I don't
After
What happened
moving.
to my
gotta-
beautiful zombie?
Misting
You
this
pull
guy.
back. The man is groaning on the ground, holding his belly. Anything else on your turn, Elle?
Is he not dead?
So he's mechanically dead. Yes.
Okay,
But
I would put him out of his misery if he was like groaning in pain.
you can use your second action to execute someone, I guess.
If he's groaning, I'm like,
There's no
oh my
mercy
gosh,
here.
like this is horrible.
we lost mercy a long time.
Oh my god, that looks like it sucks! Oh no!
Where's your Valley Girl
Nice.
Abyssal when you need it?
So here's how it works. I'll tell you.
I don't
Players
like
always get
execute him.
players
but-
always get death saves, and the GM decides if creatures do. I decided he does, but you can choose to end him if you'd like.
End him rightly.
Do it.
Just Thor
Kill
say
him.
that.
Kill him now.
Thorn is looking at these guys.
I'm going
Thor
to
has 4 orbs about to shoot.
I am going to ignore his groans of pain, and
You can see this guy, by the way.
I know. I'm gonna step over
Mm-hmm.
and go. Do you want to come down?
He
this guy?
aims his crossbow at you.
Okay,
Nah,
do it.
dog.
L, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
All right.
I only vaporized one.
We would be going to the slayers with melee weapons, but they are all dead. That is going to be Silas. It's your turn. You saw this man who's in front of you try to execute a commoner right in front of you. And the audacity to not pay his debts.
You really should have done that. And I hate to say it, your weapon kind of looks expensive. I really want that. I'm gonna hit the guy that's being
The guy who tried to kill the commoner?
Yeah.
He's on death's door.
Light
I
green or
know.
dark green?
dark green.
Dark green.
Dark green.
Cool.
Oh, I'm assuming it's 13 will not hit.
Nope.
28 will hit maybe?
Yeah.
I said maybe.
You guys so perfectly have handled these guys so far. I'm very proud.
16 damage.
16 points of damage. You strike him down, hitting him with this magic flail. He hits the deck hard. Like, he hits the stonework hard. There's a sickening crunch. And only one of these big boys remains nearby. However, you hear lots of footsteps coming from this direction. Friends.
I didn't.
I have so many arcane points.
Oh my God.
There are also, to a lesser extent, Gwynwyn and his meanie can hear that other people are coming from this direction.
There. Honestly, that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and. Does it look like the fire is gonna spread to the next building?
It might. You can make me an intelligence check to try to figure that out.
I'll do that. Intelligence.
Yep.
14.
It's really close pieces of thatch. If the wind's blowing the wrong direction, like, it's going to spread.
Okay.
I've been rolling to see if it spreads. I've just rolled very poorly on it.
The commoner. I was gonna say, looking back to the commoner store. Anyone and everyone you can get out of here, go as fast as you can.
Okay.
Run.
Thank you.
Run. Go.
Uh-huh. He looks at you. He's horrified of what's happening. You showed up out of nowhere instead of killing these jerks, though, so he's okay with it.
I knocked him out. I have yet to murder, but
Okay.
I will loot the body.
It's just gonna be a vegetable for the rest
Use
of
your
the
trunk
class.
to pick up the morning
I was
star.
actually gonna ask, like,
You
is
can
that
pick it up. You
object
can't
interaction?
wield the object. Yes, it's your object interaction visitor. You pick up the nice-looking morning star off the ground.
It made a fun sound.
Pick it up like that.
It is nice looking. All right, with that.
For the guy who gives away every item, I also pick up every item.
Do you need
Yeah.
these?
You collect weapons and
Coming from the north,
Lovely.
a trio of red sorry, this sewer grate's in my way.
He trips on this bird.
A trio of armed guards, red skirts, shield, each of them carrying their battle axes in hand. You see the colors of Eltz, one of them emblazoned a black stripe down his shield as they begin to march in to the road.
We're safe. This is great. The guards are here.
They're gonna go ahead.
We didn't start this fight.
we
didn't
just
start
ended
the
it.
Explicitly started this fight.
No, we didn't. We ended the fight.
No, we didn't.
Technically, I think you did get stabbed first.
We got stabbed.
I did actually.
Maybe.
Hey, stop fighting, all of you. Weapons down.
Wait,
Just
how,
a black-
how, can,
I'm
how
just
can
a
they
black
see the
bubble.
Yeah,
word?
they're just charging in like whatever's happening here. They can hear the sounds of fighting and like there's blast flying
They
out.
can see me.
I can't see them. I don't know that they're guards here.
But these, you see what looks to be a trio of guards emerging. They're also a little. They're not dressed quite the same as the Eltz guard you've seen normally. They look like they're more in like military attire. They're wearing full chain. They're wearing full chainmail armor, bearing shields and axes rather than holding like a blunt weapon and a buckler.
Did that accent remind me of a Ladrone person?
Yeah, they look legit.
Those are checks you can make on your turn. I don't know what you're talking about. Each of the soldiers are going to ready an action. That is going to be the archer's turn. The archers, horrified, in darkness, or actually they're not in darkness, they're up, but they are unable to see you. One of them can see Lilie and is going to take their shot. Going to bonus action, aim.
Shoot it on the shot.
It's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, I'm gonna shield so that doesn't hit me. I can shield. I got shields for days.
Do I have counter spell yet?
No, that's fine. The other archer,
Might be
however,
the first time I've
see
shielded
that he's
this
having a hard
way.
time getting a shot here. I think the only thing he can do is use all of his movement to just try to get a better view of the rest of the road. Up.
Come down. Come down.
Alex, you dick. He goes up a little bit higher and is just going to shoot down at Silas.
I lost my AC bonus.
You should shield.
25.
Last round it wouldn't have hit. This round, it technically hit.
14 points of damage as this arrow finds a weak point, striking you in your left arm, just a little bit out of the way from hitting you in the shield as he uses his sneak attack against you. That is going to be the archer's turn. We're then going to go down to Gwynwyn. Gwynwyn, Laurentius, you're on deck. Gwynwyn, what would you like to do this turn?
We still hear more footsteps coming from that
It
direction.
sounds like there's more footsteps coming from this direction. Yes,
Who
Nick.
was waiting for you to
heard
hit? I killed the
the
guard.
Women's first
We
thought
should
was
go.
fire.
Go and burns the guard bell. How did they know what was going on? No one rang the bell. Suspicious.
Yeah.
There's a literal fire. I'm assuming there's smoke at this point.
There is. It's nighttime and fires are very bright. Gwynwyn, what would you like to do on your turn? You can see the guards who are here. This one here who is, I'll call it what it is, Eltzian soldiers who take a look and are calling out for you to drop your weapons.
Would the guards be this responsive in such a poor part of town?
No.
Gwynwyn, what are you doing? Or what checks do you want to make? What is it you would like to do on your turn?
Oh, hate
Because we
government.
met guards, right?
You've met guards.
Do they look like? Is like their uniform put on the way that we've seen like guards wear it?
So give me a quick history check.
Helmet's on backwards.
Yeah. Or like it's just a little bit badly
12?
painted.
12. Good news, bad news.
The ink is
You're not
still on.
crazy familiar with the guard.
17.
17? Ooh, good news and good news.
Oh my
So, using your flash of insight, you think back, going into your memory palace, locating through its vast halls of this amazing library. You find this room filled.
There's only
Keep
like
going.
one bookshelf.
Is there an angel there?
That's
Like 3 books.
No.
Thorns is like a pop-up book.
You heading in. The laboratory meticulously organized. You find the drawer marked guard attire. No, looking through here, they aren't dressed as guards. They are currently in the armor of soldiers who are typically not going to be found often in the city. Though, two things of note. You've seen them traveling the roads of Eltz during your time outside of the city. You've passed by patrols of soldiers before. And you've heard that they were stationed in Shelt, but Shelt is on the other side of the bay. It's weird that they're here, but they certainly are dressed in the right stuff. This is clearly soldiers' armor and weapons. This is a soldier's kit they're wearing on this human man.
The Ladrones are cosplaying.
That would be very illegal.
No, they're large.
That would be illegal and nerdy.
Is it as legal as crime?
Whoa! Crime.
I'm so bad.
I think
But
crime
yes,
is defined
it's
as
weird,
illegal.
but it's soldier armor, not guard armor. It's also, these guys look pretty tough.
Drop a fireball on them.
Yeah, you know what? I think fire is gonna be our answer today.
No! There is still a chance that they are actually guards.
No.
What are you doing, Gwynwyn?
I'm gonna cast a flaming spear where I'm hearing other footsteps coming. I don't want more people coming into this area.
I did describe how the walkways here are quite narrow. If you're willing to, you can do so, but know that there will be collateral damage which you will stop people from coming. Is that what you'd like? Are you okay
No.
with that? Perfect. Taking your flaming sphere, you roll the sphere, conjuring this, how big is it? 10 foot wide?
No, it's only 5 feet.
5 foot wide, occupying the center. Well, here's the thing: if you put if you have a 10 foot wide walkway and you put a 5 foot sphere in the middle, no one can walk through without taking damage.
Right, but you won't burn buildings down.
Yeah.
You won't burn the rest of the city
I'm not
down.
burning down the city. I'm just like preventing other people from coming.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was 10 feet, so I was really stressed.
Cool. In that case, conjuring this flame, obscuring it, you can hear the footsteps slow, and then just murmuring over the flames. Like, what the fuck is that? Run!
God?
Noah.
No, all right, that's the end of that one.
This is the middle of it.
Oh,
can't
that's
project my
incredible. And is there anything else on your turn?
No, that's gonna be
As you cast this, you do see that it looks like you've gained the hostility of some of the people here. Because they watched you
Diplomacy down.
as you pull your mixing wand out, pulling out this Icarus, this viscous orange liquid. You draw a circle in midair, poof, and it appears, the orb far away from you. That is then going to be Laurentius. Laurentius! What do you got for me?
Let's try and talk.
So you want a friend to play with, right, Elle?
Yeah.
I'll do telekinetic shove. I'll pull him 5 feet.
The one she can see or the one she can't?
The one that she can see.
Natural 1.
Okay.
I will go ahead. I take 3 points of damage.
Yay, a friend!
And then I'll Eldritch Blast this guy.
He's also prone because he failed to save.
Oh, right.
You're welcome, but Eldritch blasting the guy on the. Oh, that's actually probably accurate, to be honest.
That might be the result.
I'll tell you, if you're shooting both of them at him.
Yeah.
If you overkill him, I am gonna have him shatter through the shoddy building.
Okay, lowest roll is a 21.
Okay. I am not able to see what's happening, so I still cannot use uncanny dodge.
Cool.
You were anti-rogue.
Yes,
in many
actually,
ways.
you guys did. Sometimes you do an opposite of what would be best. This time is perfect. You guys are doing killer.
Not too great. 14.
14 points of damage. Okay,
Thank you
he's
for the
still
showing.
up.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You should push more people off buildings.
Is that going to be it for your turn?
Yes, that's it.
Is Meanie Callister. You hear more people coming from this direction, but it sounds like that's the only other means of entrance from people here.
Do I see something on them that is out of place for what I as
Make
a
an investigation
noble
check.
woman-
Yeah, I know what you're looking for. It's like, wait a second, soldiers here
She's
in
looking
the
at
weeds?
their shoes. It's their shoes.
23.
All right, relax. And is that all? It's a 23? We're good? Okay. The 23. Looking at this, they did an excellent job at wearing their armor. They've got all the right pieces. It doesn't look like a replication. However, these people are not in formation, and there's not a commanding officer with them. They're currently wearing 3 different of the base uniforms. A patrol would have a sergeant. There is no sergeant here.
I was gonna ask to speak to their commanding officer, but that works better. Doesn't make me. look like-
Additionally, you do hear more people come in, more boots come in. You're in the weeds. There shouldn't be half a dozen soldiers here.
Oh God. If you.
I cast Shatter.
You all were worried about me causing.
Are you
structural
you're casting
damage here.
shatter on all 3 of them?
Okay.
What if we engage with the other side of the wall?
Right. I feel like I'm engaging with.
You hate the Ladrones.
I hate the Ladrones. How do y'all feel?
I think this was just a mob
Boo.
spat
I think we should take
between
over the
2
mob.
people. Two opposite gangs.
Do you want me to
fighting
hit
each
them or
other.
not?
Yeah.
Hit him?
We're anti-mob.
Con saves, 3 of them?
The drones aren't good.
Yeah.
That girl was really sweet.
She
Above a
was date, she
20,
wasn't a
17, natural 1.
2 passes.
Natural 1.
Did you get both of his natural ones?
You had 2 natural
There's
ones?
3.
I'm at 3 today.
Dang, bro.
So 2 passes, 1 fail, you said? Okay.
Idiot.
How
Wait,
drunk
here-
are
here's
you?
That's my second.
I have been so good about not saying fortitude and will today for saves.
That would be 16.
16 points of damage. Really solid hits here against the soldiers. As they're called in their stat block, false soldiers. 16?
Yeah.
And is it 8 for the one who passed or none?
Save for half.
Save for half. So.
And then I'm going to throw at the guy in the front of the formation. So scoot me out a little bit so I can see.
Sure, taking some movement, you take
Yeah.
a shot against that guy in the
You
front.
can easily step
I'm
back
shooting
in.
2 of my meteors at him. Could all 3 of them please make saves?
Noise.
Dex saves this time?
Oh.
Yeah.
How are they at Dex?
Same results for both. 1 pass on each of them.
One of them is for 10 and one of them is for 4.
Ambidextrous.
It was really cool.
One of them only did 4 damage.
But yeah, it's just 2d6.
Okay. 14. 7. Okay. I will tell you this. The guy on this side, furthest from you as Meanie, is incredibly hurt, but is not bloodied.
And I flip them off.
Flip him off. Anything else on your turn?
Oh, that was actually
give him
bonus
the
action.
raspberry.
move.
We're gonna keep going then.
Getting
It's
far
going to
much
then
ruder.
be
Huh?
We're getting rude.
the guy
Oh, my
next to
birds.
Do you
One,
want
Yep.
back?
one will stay with L. One will stay with
She said she that was okay.
Silas, and Squawk will just fly in circles.
I'm on someone who's prone.
Right, I just sent him over there anyway.
Sure.
Do you want to sit back?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Bait.
That is then going to be Silas. This guy who's next to you, seeing what's going on. I would like you to make me an athletics check because he's going to try to shove you into the burning building.
Rude.
Shove the 7-foot tall
Huh?
elephant.
Athletics.
My cleric goes on the commoner's turn. He's blinded. He can't see. And they also go next initiative. It's 10 for the enforcers and then 5 for the commoners. 24.
18. For some reason, after athletics are not what I'm good at.
Flash of Junior Squire's line of sight.
Mm-hmm. I know.
And he's going to stand there holding the door. Yeah. Let's go.
I smash.
He's holding onto the door. Morningstar hanging right off to the side. Actually, you can put away. You can sheath one weapon. So sheath the Morningstar. Second attack. Grapple the door.
I got you, bud.
He's holding you in there. That is going to be the commoner's turn. I guess all he's going to do is move. Which direction is it? I'm going to use a random direction. Okay.
Trips over the guy on the ground.
5, 10, 15. He's going to bump into you. Hello?
Rude.
Who is there? Denizen of the darkness.
Fuck with him, fuck with him, fuck with him. Tenebris Asteri, the Dark Star.
I will end any servants of darkness for the Morning Lord.
Toodles.
He's going to cast Bless on himself.
Can we adopt him?
Yes.
He blesses himself. He's going to pull a dagger out. He's just a cleric.
Yes, we need a cleric in this party.
Other commoners are going to continue proceeding through here.
Oh, no.
You hear off in the distance, is that a fireball?
Create a moniker for myself.
Horrified.
Needs a blue ring to counter that purple ring, I think.
Gwynwyn, you see a couple of people walk out of their building next to you and his meanie, look at you with horror, see the soldiers.
Go that way.
That's your way is the fireball.
No, I'm pointing towards that way, where the not
They're
fireball
going to go
is.
back into their house and leave through the other entrance. Continue moving. Get off the board.
They're like, thank God we have a back door.
They paid extra for it.
Sometimes you do.
That's rough.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy. We're gonna go to Ililia. Ililia, there's a person on the ground, and you didn't execute the last one, so there's someone behind you on the ground.
There's so much groaning, and I feel bad now.
Oh my god, are you gonna go back and...
No.
You see the guy who's on the ground looks over at the person you just took down, and he stares at him, a bit of horror in his eyes, just at what happened.
This
Was there a
hardened
tinkle
mobster
of love?
murderer.
Like,
Antonio!
I know.
yes!
No!
He has a name!
Wait.
You're about to kill a named character!
No, she already did. This guy's calling out to Ricatonio.
No, my weakness. Gay people.
I didn't say that. There's lots of gay people in our setting.
This is L talking out loud. I'm like crying.
But this guy, no, truthfully though, like he calls out and he's like, "You bitch!" and points his crossbow
Oh, now
at
I
you.
don't feel guilty anymore.
All right, make your attacks.
With advantage.
They both have advantage. Go ahead and roll them both because he's actually not crazy
Oh
hurt.
no, Bertoli, he's gonna die.
Oh, it's Fiddlini.
Be nice.
It's gonna be at math 20.
That hits all half the damage. So just tell me the damage.
And then well above it, like a 23.
Sure.
Boop. Do you think separate?
Nope. Just tell me the whole numbers. Don't do any halving. I'll do it myself.
Hi, Coco.
24.
24. Okay. And the second hit?
That's total.
No, I need it. He halved the first attack. I needed
Oh.
it.
I will reroll these. Okay.
It's been a while since we've had a rogue.
10,
Cool.
14.
Ooh, nice.
Same result.
That's nice.
Okay.
Can I have cover?
In that case, he is still up, and you see that he begins reaching for the short sword on his hip. He's gonna fight you.
Go ahead.
But that is.
Hey,
Anything else on your turn?
I lean slightly down. Please get up and fight me. Please.
Make an intimidation check.
Sure.
Oh.
The crazy eyes.
It's the Mad Mages. I'm not very good at being intimidating, so it's only a 10.
Hey, you mess with me, Mr. Bagada's gonna come for you.
Sure.
It's for Rictonio.
Oh, great.
We're at the top of the round.
You did name them, and I'm like, I feel guilty.
Silas, you are in this room. It is burning. I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
This dice been messing with me today.
Hot air, the smoke in this room. It's hard to see as the room. The air is always blackened.
13.
13. That's totally fine. You are going to take 3 points of fire damage.
It's fine. Oh, wait, that's actually amazing.
No, because you rolled a 13, you didn't roll lower than this. You do not have disadvantage on any skill checks you make this turn.
Oh, with that said, I am proficient in carpenter's tools. If
Use more words, funny man.
I'm assuming that this is going to go down very soon.
Very fast. Or what are you looking for?
If I shatter the door, will it go down on me?
Make me an intelligence check with proficiency.
I haven't used this die tonight. Let's see how it goes. Intelligence with proficiency, that is 17.
Let me decide what the truth is. The door itself looks like it's one of the most structurally sound parts of here. However, noticing the deep sagging from right above the door. You took the door out, there's a good chance you're going down with it. Now, the wall in this direction, that's not really much. It's not load bearing. You could Kool-Aid man this bitch.
I think I'm going to.
A window.
I'm going to run through the wall.
Sorry.
There's a
Please say,
perfectly
oh,
good
yeah.
window.
Oh no, is what I will be saying.
I would take an attack roll, and I will tell you this. I have stats for this.
Oh no.
It's a wood wall. We've done this before.
Attack roll, is it just with my weapon? Or?
Yeah, you're hitting, assuming, unless you're doing something else.
No, hitting with a weapon, 16.
16, you're good. Now roll your damage.
This is probably not what I need to do, but I'm going to grip it a little tighter and add a d6.
That's exactly what you need to do because it has a minimum amount of health that you have to deal for it to work.
8.
Striking against this, a little bit of blood going down your gauntlet.
17.
17 is enough. You shatter through this wall.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
And you put out the fire.
Bursting through. Silas, what do you say as you burst through the wall?
I'll pay for it later. I'm sorry.
The building was burning down.
Actually, you see some of the thatch kind of that was more extended out, loosely kind of falls down on the stonework. The building that was closest no longer has a chance of burning.
I
You've
did good.
Yeah, like you're actually in a reasonable position here.
He solved the riddle.
You're a
did.
firefighter
He
now?
did solve the riddle.
I'm going to let him hold the door and stay holding the door. I'm going to go up to the right.
You make the shattering sound. Okay. I'm gonna make an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Or I'll make a perception check actually on my turn to see if he notices. I call it DC 12.
Cool.
It's fair. They're not crazy perceptive. It's basically 50-50 odds here.
I've got the special mace. I'm happy.
Cool. You still have one more attack, and you have 25 feet of movement.
I'm going to move closer to Gwenny. Oh, the guards. Ah, lucky. We're safe.
No.
The guards look.
Hi, fellow citizens of Eltz.
Hey, you there! Put that flail down. All right, you're coming with us.
Where are we going?
We have some questioning at the barracks.
Which barracks? There aren't any really around here.
What do you? Don't ask it so many questions.
It's a simple question. I'm a citizen of Eltz. Do I not have rights in the city?
All right, get him.
Okay, never mind. I will use my other attack. I just pick it back up.
Pick it back up. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll get ready. I'm gonna step in front of Gwenny.
You can stand. Oh.
I'm gonna feel guilty about hitting guards.
All right.
Murdering men on the ground.
Silas, is that it for your turn?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I would feel guilty stealing their armor because if I do, I'm pretty sure that'll get us in trouble. So.
Silas, as you're here, these three soldiers turn, and you watch as they begin moving towards you, ready to attack. As they do, emerging further from the north, reinforcements and a comparably sized opponent for Silas. A trio of spear-wielding soldiers emerge. Oh, that's not the right model.
What?
Forget about it.
I didn't see it, so you're good.
Led by a scale mail-clad bugbear, hefting a massive morning star
They're
and
employing
tower
bugbear.
shield, he steps out. He's looking. Oh, all right.
Hello, friend.
However, that's gonna be it for the movement of the rest of the soldiers. Let me see how many we can get close to you.
Victoria, I'm assuming you have a plan.
Shatter.
Cool.
No, burn buildings.
Silas, attacks coming at you. Oh my god, I'm not gonna be able to hit you, am I? Nothing above a 10. 25.
Hits.
Okay. Okay. 12 points of slashing damage. You're a torrent of these battle axes striking against you. Eventually, some of these minor cuts, your stamina is starting to run a little lower. Nothing too major. These are all superficial, anything that actually connects. But as these guys are right on top of you, it's kind of hard to move around in this smaller space. They have the advantage in these narrow alleys. We're then going to, from there, continue on. It is going to be the archer's turn. The one who's up top, Laurentius, who is actually kind of just, that you've been messing with during your time here, he's going to use his action, pull out a flask, dink, and pour it over the roof itself as the thatch catches. Go ahead and put another orange marker, just for us to remember, on the building. Doesn't matter, we just need to know, got to keep it there, we're fine.
Fair.
Going from there, we're then going, he's going to use his bonus action to dash, hop up to the next building, and keep on running. You talked about the roofs, and I was excited.
I would like to be on the roof.
That is then going to be our dear Gwynwyn. Thorn, you're next.
Is there one who's attacking Silas who looks more injured?
The one who is attacking Silas who looks
One of
more
the guards?
injured. The most injured one is the one in this corner right here. Was that not your favorite answer?
No, it was not.
I apologize. I was like, well, you're a spell sniper. Maybe you'll be able to just ignore the cover.
I only ignore partial cover, and I'm gonna assume Silas gives him at least half.
So there's
Hurtful.
3 kinds of cover. There's basically 1 quarter, 3 quarters, and or I think it's called half quarter. There's +2, +5, and you can't target.
Yeah.
He gives the +5 kind.
Yeah, I can't ignore
He is
that one.
very big, and these people are not very big.
What about the bugbear? What kind of cover does he get?
Move 1 space over, you'd ignore the partial.
Perfect. I'm gonna pull out a purple flask actually and drink that.
Ooh, bonus action, drink a flask. You want to tell me what it does?
Boldness. I get a D4 to all saves and attacks for the next minute.
He looks over. You see immediate derision on his face as a dwarf tries to confront this massive creature.
So, 19 to hit with a firebolt.
$19 barely hits.
Oh, that's not good stuff.
It strikes against his
17
flesh.
points of fire damage.
17 points of fire damage to lock mesh. All right. Where did they go to? Oh.
Yeah, that was me, sorry.
All right. We're going to keep on going. That's going to be Thorn's turn. Thorn, more soldiers have arrived, and it's very clear your party is fighting the army.
I don't want this guy to get hurt. I'm gonna move. This guy can try to swing at me if he wants to, and I'm gonna try
Can't see ya.
to drag this guy just out away from this building.
Oh,
so
he's just
not-
cowering. Sorry, I couldn't represent it better.
Oh, I thought he was
He's-
unconscious. for
No, no,
some
no.
reason.
He ran and is cowering
Oh, okay.
by a stone building.
Never mind. Then I'll do.
Seeing the fire, you could
whatever.
assume that he'll move to
10,
safety.
15,
I think
20.
your GM didn't just forget that he was prone there.
I'll move here and I'll shoot the guy on the roof.
Absolutely. You got clear line of sight because he's descended down. He's staying close to the street level so he can jump down if needed.
Natural 20 and a 25 to hit.
So I'm going to use my reaction to have the crit.
Crit? Okay.
Smart.
You still roll it normally. I'll have the damage afterwards.
So that's 15 points of damage.
Okay. Oh, no. That's not good. He still has another hit. That's bad.
And
You hit on the other one.
14 points of damage.
You see, as you hit him with the first one, he leaps backwards, kind of taking his own momentum, to kind of trying to cancel out some of the force damage. And as he tries to leap up towards the next structure, you hit him in midair. He spirals. And while the alleyway would be enough for a kid or a halfling to squeeze through, not quite enough for an adult human man. And as he goes unconscious, you see he kind of gets stuck, wedged up to his shoulders between the two buildings, and is removed from the battle. Good job, Thorn.
Awful way to die.
He's bleeding out.
He's also groaning, so it's not just me dealing with it, right? Right?
No, he's just sleeping.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. No, he's like, you could hear him. It sucks to get knocked unconscious violently by magic. What do you mean? Yeah, it's terrible.
Conscious and dying.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess that's my turn.
All right. In that case, is going to be our big boy who's going to make his perception check. Although he also does have, he's 5, 10, 15. He's just been engulfed in darkness, so it's tough. Okay. I'm giving you disadvantage for the darkness. That was a natural 19.
Fair. It's fine if he knows. I understand if he does.
Then you rolling that one.
Sad elephant sounds from afar.
Holding on to the door, he'll stop at the end of this turn.
Yeah.
Seemingly it's not working, but he's failed his perception check for this turn. So, that being said, we're going to keep on going. The commoner who's cowering there goes, ah! And is going to begin running off. He's going to run off the board. Go ahead and grab the orange guy for me, Connor. The cleric who was close, turning up and seeing Ililie. Are you friend?
Of course. Are they holding
A bloody weapon.
They were burning down buildings.
These men have been harassing all who live here.
Okay, so they're objectively bad, so it's fine that I killed them, right?
We should take them to the guards.
Yes, that.
He's gonna take a few steps up, and you watch as he reaches his hand down, glowing in necrotic energy, and casts inflict wounds on the guy who's on the ground.
Yeah, I can do that.
I want that spell so bad.
So good. I don't think I can do that. I need a spell.
You just inflicted pain on him.
Mage's cleric.
You watch as he does. He siphons a bit of this energy. The person on the ground passes out. I will stabilize him.
And the other guy, maybe? It was an accident.
Of course. He kneels down, and this
He tripped
cleric
and you fell? Yeah.
begins.
You fell on my sword, guys.
17 times.
These things happen in a fight.
They do.
Be safe. And he begins, like, you see he begins taking out his materials and is trying to stabilize. Not make him wake up, but just keep these guys from dying.
If you're working for work, let us know.
That is going to be the end of the commoners. We're going to go to Ililie. Huh?
Got scared. It's meanie.
I apologize. Ismini, we're going to go have you go now.
I would really like to
So
see you go before me.
So the 3 buildings that are stone.
Okay.
What are their roofs made out of?
I don't know where you're going, so I'll roll, okay?
Fireball.
This one here, this has shingles, metal pieces, or ceramic pieces on top. This one here, thatch.
Ceramic has a flammable temperature that is very high.
Yo, Ted.
You also know that the houses here and here have evacuated, and this is a wall.
I would like to put my fireball. I would like to try to position my fireball so I don't burn down all of these houses.
Or Silas.
You can take fire damage.
It'll be fine.
I'm hurt.
It's genuinely going to be hard to not hit Silas if you're trying to avoid. If you want to hit everyone here, you're going to hit Silas.
I have second
Then-
wind and a potion.
Then I will cast.
I have second wind and a potion.
Great. Then I'll cast fireball.
Let's make some deck saves!
Fireball!
Fireball.
All right.
Actually, one of the spells.
Spear group.
When?
Give me 2 natural 20s, please. Axe group. Give me a natural 1, please.
I'm inflicting disadvantage on the
Fives, huh?
Casting disadvantage on the bugbear.
Yes!
14 on the bugbear. 14.
That failed.
It fails.
Yeah, 14 fail. 16.
A lot of successes here from the actual soldiers, but the bugbear failed.
That's the important part.
Fake soldiers.
Yeah, they're false soldiers.
The bugbear is what I mattered.
Hey, let's get the big guy to Mr. Bagarda.
I don't think you're gonna make it back to Mr. Bigarda, honey.
29 points of damage for my action.
That's a spicy fireball.
And for my bonus action,
I'm sorry. Give me just a sec. Oh, and okay.
Are you okay, Silas?
the bugbear is
Silas, did you fail?
I passed.
Oh, good.
is the bugbear 5 feet or 10 feet away from the guy in the back line? Is he touching them?
Not touching anyone.
Then would the 3 guys in the back line please make me some dexterity saving throws? I'm throwing 2 bolts at the center guy.
2 fails.
DC 16.
Yes, 2 fails. 17. I don't really ask you about your DCs when I roll like a 17 to 19.
So one of them is a 10 and one of them is a 7. On all 3 of them.
Person with your hex die yet?
I had to drop hex because I have meteors.
Okay. Anything else?
Um,
Is it all for you, wizard? Tell me, wizard, you have any more tricks up your sleeve?
Do the guys in the back still alive? Everybody's still alive?
Yes.
Everybody's okay? Dang it. That'll be it for this turn.
Birds.
Thank you, Alex.
Oh, my birds, thank you. I'm gonna put a bird on the bugbear, a bird on the guy that's right next to Silas right now, and a bird on the soldier that is catty-cornered to the
Okay.
bugbear in that line.
Perfect.
I'm doing a line of birds.
In that case, we'll continue down. We were going to go to. Where were we before? We're going to go to L. L, it's your turn. The person on the ground there is actually unconscious and is being stabilized by the cleric. The cleric's going to spend his turn stabilizing people to avoid death.
And that fruit stand's gone.
Yeah. A lot of that stuff is ruined over there.
That's fine.
That's as far as I can go,
Okay?
unfortunately. I am going to. I come out here and I can only make an action, except for to fireball, or fireball.
Whoa!
I'm getting flashback.
Point blank
I got
Ice ball!
I want it.
Don't remind me what I can't
What
do.
are you shooting at?
I'm firebolting the big guy.
Fighting by bolting the big guy. I love it. Make your attack roll.
I'm gonna spell attack in a hot second. It's gonna be 16.
That is a miss. He brings
There's
his
a bird
shield
on
up.
him.
Make an attack roll again. Roll 2 more dice because this is using your.
Oh,
You should. It's only 2. Cool.
I think this guy's dead.
Cocked. 19.
You're all right. AC 18.
Oh, shit.
19.
19's pretty good.
That's the
pretty
second
good.
time you rolled
That's
right
pretty
under
good.
max.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to spend an arcane point to, or spend 2 arcane points. I apologize. I erased 3, which is the wrong amount, to imbue inflict wounds at 2nd level into my weapon.
You charge up your blade
Means
with
I
the
am
spell for next
concentrating.
turn. You are concentrating. It's gonna be Lockmesh's turn. Now,
I just shot him.
here's the
so-
fun part. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think I'm gonna roll to see if I'm going after the person who just shot you, or shot Lockmesh, or the big guy because he normally would want to fight a big, strong guy. But you just shot me, and it was a good bit of damage. There's also a wizard. I can't get to the wizard feasibly. He's not stupid.
Big man
So-
going after little girl.
What I'm thinking is this: I'm gonna roll d6. 1 and 2, Silas. 3 up. It's gonna be Lilier. He's going to turn and face the quarter elven woman. As a bonus action, he looks at you and goes, "You and me."
Okay.
I would like you to make me a wisdom save.
I'm not very good at these.
Flash of genius already to that.
Is it a charm effect?
This is a
Thank
save?
you.
Can you do it for
I
saves?
got an 8.
You
So
can.
what do I add to this? 5. I got a 13.
13 is a fail.
Shoot.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls against anyone other than him, and
fine.
cannot willingly move outside of 30 feet of him.
Can't run away.
He charges you, and you just feel his bloodlust channeling into you here as the 2 of you engage in mortal combat.
Is this like the other kind of challenge where other people have disadvantage on him, like the Cavalier
Nope, this is-
Challenge in Pathfinder?
No.
Okay.
This does nothing to anyone else. The 2 of them are just locked in combat.
Mad Mages.
Uh,
Dual number what?
Yes, but this will not use the dual mechanics because other people
12
are
at
still
this
involved.
point, at least.
He's going to go ahead and make his attacks. First, he's going to use a shield bash, swinging. 21 to hit.
That hits, but I'm going to take a reaction and use the reply to swing at him.
Sure. Do me a favor, because this
Yeah.
hit does occur first. I would like to
Yeah.
ask you to make me a strength saving throw.
Okay.
As he strikes you with this shield.
Not one for me.
All right. You are knocked prone.
Damn. So I can't do it, huh?
You can. You just have disadvantage on your attack roll. I know. Cola's like, disadvantage means I can't do an action. What do you mean? I don't roll with disadvantage. That's
She only rolls with
I can.
advantage, too.
Well, I haven't done my reaction yet.
Jake rolls.
Sure, yeah. You're aware that you fall before you have to make the decisions.
Does he damage me?
Oh, yes. He does damage you for 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, I'm going to, instead, when I'm hit by a melee attack, use deflect reaction to roll a d10 plus dex plus mage's level, which he hit you by 9 points.
Yes.
So,
You almost automatically get it because it's
Yes.
plus 7. Actually, you do automatically get it. You don't even have to.
yeah.
You don't even have to roll it unless you're trying to use your redirect attack. Make it
Well,
hit
if I
itself.
reduce it to 0, which is 9,
You automatically do it.
well, let me roll the d10.
Sure.
4, 8, yeah, more
Yeah.
than.
Hilariously more. You're way better.
Spin an arcane point, which I have.
And you're going to make him hit himself with his shield. You make an attack roll actually for me.
Okay, just tell me what to add.
6.
Dang, I'm 11.
An 11, yeah. So he kind of strikes himself and he's like, "Ugh." Furious that you've made him bonk himself in the face. He hefts up his Morning Star and strikes down with a melee attack. I don't know if this is going to hit. 17.
No.
17's a miss? It's very good. It was a big hit that you just dodged. All right. He doesn't have he already used his bonus action, so that's all he's got for this turn. We're gonna keep on going. It's Silas. Silas, big dude standing over Lilia.
You know, I would honor a challenge, but he did kind of just knock her over, so probably shouldn't. You gave advantage
Like an
on
easy
the guy
Yes.
next
The
to
guy
me.
next to you.
Advantage exists on this person, and on this person, and on this person. That should have been a flat roll.
Bird gave advantage.
The bird gave advantage. Sorry, it's hard.
No,
3 of them is
it
hard.
was used on Firebolt.
Perfect. We're good. Jake, keep on going.
Is that cocked?
That's cocked.
Okay.
For the
would-
future, the way we check is you see if you can put a D6 on it.
Fair enough, but I'm assuming a 28 might hit.
Yes, Jake.
10 points of damage to him.
10 points of damage. He is very hurt.
Can I use Crusher to shove him a little bit that way?
Pushing him out of the way into the sign, the sign and back into the street. Get a little more space.
Walking around him, I'll take an AOO
Where do you want to go?
to the bugbear.
Oh yeah, I'll take the AOO.
She's prone, so I don't think I can get advantage from it.
Another natural one for me.
Oh. So with her being prone, I don't get advantage. Just want to double check that one.
Well,
Am I a threat?
If I go to the other side.
we've normally ruled it as no.
Okay.
That's fair.
It's a weird one. Flanking is an optional rule to begin with. I think we're gonna go with no for this.
No, that's fair. If
We'll
anything,
talk about it
she'll
out of session. See how we'll take a vote later.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair.
I think it makes sense.
No, it
Yeah,
does.
I think it makes sense. I'm on the ground. I can't really do much.
You almost didn't take the roll.
I feel like if you have disadvantage because of positioning, you probably couldn't get
Yeah.
flanking.
No,
I
that's
probably
fair.
couldn't
Well,
do-
Silas, what would you like to do on your turn?
Using that other attack, I'm going to swing at Buggy Bear.
Sure.
26.
26 is going to hit.
That is 12 damage.
Ooh, not bad, not bad. He is bloodied.
Oh, action surge.
Okay,
I'm rolling them both at the same time.
please do. Please
20
do.
and 21.
That reaction won't help me here, so those both hit.
And I'm going to strengthen both of these.
Hurting yourself more?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go for
hell
it.
yeah, man.
Oh man.
Apparently not hell yeah. That's sad.
Stabbing into your head. Your gauntlet at this point is crimson on the inner edge as you're swinging down with this flail. For a brief moment, when your closest ally, Elile, you see a spike go through his finger ever so briefly.
Oh, maybe I don't need this weapon.
I'm like
12
horrified
and
if I really.
I feel horrified. 12 and 17.
This is great.
12 and 17? Okay. He is still up. Got a good chunk of health left. This guy is beefy.
I'm going to bonus action second wind then.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, we're gonna keep on going. That is gonna be the soldier's turn. Now, Jake. Can I call you Jake?
You should call me Jake. You can call me Timothy if you want, but I hate that name.
I call him Jakathy.
I do like Jacothy.
I do like Jakathy.
It's cute.
I'll take it.
I'll call you Hake.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. These soldiers getting around to flank towards Silas. Oh wait. You know what we're gonna do? We're intelligent. We're intelligent fighters.
Good win.
We're gonna do this instead.
Want to go for a ride?
No.
The soldiers taking their swings. First, 2 attacks on Silas. 21.
Hits exactly.
Okay, 1 hit out of the one hit from the spearman right here. 6 points of damage. Ililie, 2 swings coming at you as man is just swinging down.
I've already
upon
used
you.
my reaction.
Already used your reaction. That's a miss. That's a 10. That is a hit. That is a 22.
Okay.
This one is using his battle axe, swinging down at you. That is going to be 9 points of damage, slashing damage on this one.
Thanks. It's the first damage I've taken. You know what you should do? Bully your DM.
It's a good plan.
That's a horrible
We are
plan.
going to keep going with these soldiers. There's going to be 2 attacks at each. Gwynwyn and Ismini. Well, these are flat rolls as far as I know. So I'm going to roll them together. Ismini, best roll is a 17.
Gwynwyn, that's a hit.
Okay, only 1 hits in that case, and the one on Gwynwyn is using. These are both using spears, so there's a smaller attack dice.
You pointed at me though.
I know.
Did I say Ismini?
You said our names backward the entire time.
I'm sure I did. Sorry, it's
We're-
hard.
We're taking your pointing.
You reverse
Yes,
all of
Yes.
points. Sure. But Gwynwyn, that is going to be 8 points of piercing damage as he stabs at you. He glances off your breastplate, but it does knock you back, taking the wind out from your lungs. Is Meanie. Then we're going to take your 2 swings there. Add another natural 1 for me. 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's not the natural 1, by the way. It's the other one. Plus,
Plus
you're
21.
so screwed. Oh, okay. This is great. 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay, so 4 off here, 5 off my health.
And a concentration check if you're concentrating.
Oh.
It's gone now.
Perfect. That was the Eltzian soldiers.
Nat 20 for me on my concentration check.
Oh, nice.
Excellent. Then it's going to be, it would be the archers, but the archers are gone. I'll go ahead and mark the archers off. Gwynwyn, then Laurentius, then Ismini.
Is there any sounds coming from where my fire sphere is coming?
You heard people run off. I will let you know. It seems that your attempt to stop that those reinforcements from coming was successful.
Then I'm gonna move that to
How far can you move it?
30 feet as a bonus action.
All right. We're gonna take a second here because we didn't specify. My understanding was you'd cast this out far enough to be to block the passageway. So you'd be able to get it to the edge of the map this turn.
Okay, then I'll do that.
Is that? I think is that a fair take?
That's a fair take.
Go ahead and give me a circle for a Gwynwyn. Moving fire, moving fire.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's a lot.
This is where ball lightning as a myth comes from.
All right, charging into the battlefield. It's a bonus action to move it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd move this ball in. Absolutely fine.
And then I'll take the disadvantage to keep hitting the bugbear with firebolt.
Yes, you'll have a disadvantage on that attack roll. Go for it. Taking your shot, though it doesn't get any cover.
21.
That's pretty good. What is that? What is that for you, if you don't mind me asking? That is a hit.
It was a 9 on the die, but a +3 from that, and then I have a 9 to my
It's huge, huge.
21 points of fire damage.
You should take elemental depth. You're so good with fire.
Okay. You see this bugbear struck in the side and begins to start keeling over. He is dying. You see this man is at the end of his ropes. Every bit of he's still above 0 hit points, but he is death's door, holding on. You'd say that he has almost no fight left in him.
You had a plan?
We're gonna go for a ride.
Laurentius, it is your turn.
I'm gonna,
That darkness was MVPing so hard. I can't express how good that darkness
Crowd
was.
control.
Darkness is great.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing at this guy with booming blade.
go for it.
18 to hit.
18. Unfortunately, he has parry, and he cannot use it because he cannot see you. The entire fight, I just need to know if I can see you guys. They hit.
19 points of damage.
19 points of damage against Big Boy. Big Boy goes
Oh,
down.
it goes down. Nice. I was gonna shove him.
Oh.
Should attack more mafia.
Yep, we should.
You see at this point, dozens of civilians have evacuated their homes, begin running out through the streets, getting out of here. You hear off in the distance, ding, 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 ding.
That's the real cards.
Time
We
to
should go.
That's my turn. That's all I can do.
Is Meanie.
Great. I'm gonna sidecar Gwynwyn. We're gonna loop arms.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast Thunderstep using my Ring of Spell Storing,
Nice.
doing 3d10 to the people left behind.
Oh. Oh no. Con save?
Yeah, it's a con save.
Oh no, I failed.
Oh my gosh, it's no damage. It's 8 damage on 4
They're both
and
still
3d10.
standing.
So we just pop away over to the fruit stand.
You want to be like all the way over here?
Oh yeah, why not over there?
Okay.
Sure, whatever. That was super 3d10 and I rolled an 8.
That's
amazing.
truly dreadful because you should get like 16 damage. That's the
Yeah.
average.
That's what I was so excited about it because I
Yeah,
put
that's
it in
so
the ring
fun.
for a reason.
Okay, is
At least
Meanie?
double
I'm
damage.
so sorry about the damage. That's it for your turn though.
Yes, an action.
Okay.
No, but-
That there are no more big old
I'm out of
bandits.
meteors.
We're then gonna go to the commoners. You see, as you guys
Birds. I'm gonna. Thank you.
careful hitting the table
I'm gonna put all of my birds on the bugbear.
He's almost dead.
as they begin swirling around him. That's so bad for me.
Just got a cloud of birds around his head.
About to be pecking at his corpse.
Yep.
You did this to me! I don't wanna. You gave me disadvantage by anything else, knowing how I feel about that. No, I hate disadvantage.
It is the commoner's turn. The cleric, seeing you guys pop up, because you pop up over one of the people who's unconscious, looks, pointing a wand, and he's got a small dagger here. It's like, I will save this man. I'm bringing him to the authorities.
That's
Great.
fine with us.
Sounds great.
We just wanted to stop them.
I'm so glad you killed
He goes over and begins stabilizing. Spare the dying.
It's just like,
the BGs are canonical.
No.
it's the rhythm for CPR.
Only he can decide those things, Clella. We're gonna keep on going. That's Lilier's turn.
For that, I'm gonna kill your bugbear.
Please no.
Bear.
I have so many sources. I have stand up first. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna stand first. I mean, I could.
Half your movement. Stand up.
He could have been rehabilitated. He could have lived a good life after this.
Trust me, for once, I'm not going far. Swing once. If I hit, I'm going to. My inflict wounds is going to.
If you, he's gonna try to parry.
Okay. I think that's going to be a hit because that's going to be a 24.
He's going to parry, increasing his armor class to 22, and still getting hit.
Okay.
Dead,
That's
dead.
going to be a D8. Let me double check.
Listen.
And then
You would say like
pick up the right
guy.
dice.
You would say he could count his hit points on his
2,
hands.
3.
Could.
I'm going to roll this many dice. Not that many.
I would prefer it if you didn't.
And he's
Okay.
not
I'm
even
going
one
to
on all
anyway because you don't want to make the BGs count.
It's gonna be a one on all.
22. There's sports commentary. 26. Do you need that split out? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't roll enough dice. 31.
Lockmesh, one of Mr. Bugarda's best warriors, stands here, crashing down, and suddenly a swarm of birds begin flailing around. It's like, oh, what is this? And as he's flailing about, you stand up, still charging up that inflicts wounds in your weapon.
The same thing that guy did to the
Why
other.
don't you tell me what you do to this man?
Let me see. I've bisected people.
I haven't beheaded anyone.
I haven't. You're right. Thank you,
Turn him into a
Amanda.
Pez dispenser.
I don't know what you mean
That's
by
gross,
that.
and no, you don't.
I beheaded him.
don't know.
You step through him as he like leans forward to lunge, bringing down his weapon. You step forward, and his body falls to one side and the head the other, and he is gone.
I need to play a marshal.
It's
I
really
am
satisfying.
after playing a wizard. This feels crazy. I don't so used to mass murder.
You just go smooth.
I still have an attack left.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
And here's the thing: is this guy hasn't been hit yet, has he? The guy I'm looking at.
He's been hit by a fireball. Yes.
He got hit by fireball.
Okay, how hurt does he hurt?
He's
He's you call him like roughly bloodied.
Cool. Because I haven't used a bonus action on this turn yet, so I'm going to spend another.
You're going to do the thing.
2 arcane points and imbue another inflict first level this time, inflict weapons, and then I'm going to swing at him.
You're going to inflict weapon upon him.
My weapon's gonna.
wound?
I cast inflict weapon. No, you're a fighter. I know what I said.
yes.
And I meant
I cast gun.
don't tempt me. 25.
Yeah, he can't parry that. Casual.
Okay. 1,
Please don't kill
2,
them.
1,
We are murdering.
2.
We need at
3.
least one of them to go back home and tell them what happened.
Takes 4d10.
I think the
Plus
best
4
part
to
of
this.
this.
Send the clear message.
Not.
I think the head sent the clear message.
We have a nice cleric that doesn't want to murder people right over there. Can we at least look good for the cleric?
No.
Matt, are you okay?
26. 30.
30 points of damage is in fact enough. You strike down one of these false soldiers here. Only one foe remaining.
I'm just saying I don't want to ever play a non-Magus Marshal ever again.
Three. The 2 guys. That
I'm so
I did
sorry.
kill.
3. You are absolutely correct. I'm going to murder
Oh,
Silence.
wait.
Go
I still have
for it.
movement.
Mm-hmm.
I've only taken a 5-foot step.
And half your movement to stand up.
Yeah.
I did stand up this turn. Thank you.
Mhm.
Oh, no.
35. Let's go 25. That's as far as I can get. Sorry.
I see what you're doing.
It is Silas's turn. Silas, this could very well be the last fight of your entire life.
Oh God.
It's true.
Retire.
What you got, huh? What you got?
You still have time to go home to your family. You sure you don't want to skedaddle?
Hey man, I got a job to do. Why don't you get out of here? These people owe money to Mr. Bogarda. We come here to collect.
Why do they owe money to Mr. Bogardo? Like, why? What did they do to deserve to pay him? Like, what debts do they owe?
Who else is gonna keep this place safe?
Obviously, you're not doing a good job, so I think you're not going home tonight. I'm gonna move around him, get flanking, and just start hitting.
Smack.
Oh God. Non-lethal, but 20 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, I said non-lethal before and hit him. Whoops. 13.
13 points of damage. He's still up.
28.
He'll bring up his shield, trying to parry. You shatter through the Eltzian soldier's shield.
16.
And that is the last of the battle. Oh no, it was a spear boy. Ah, it's just a spear boy. It's just a spear boy. I'm out of axes.
2 guys left.
Yes.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and use another maneuver. After hitting someone, I can maneuvering attack. I technically would have added the damage to that die, but more importantly, Elle can move up to half her movement speed. After hitting something with maneuvering
Okay.
attack, I can add 1 superiority die to the
Elle,
damage.
would you like to move?
Yeah. You have to use your reaction. Is that okay with you?
My movement is 35.
Okay.
So
15
15?
feet. Yep.
Oh, I can move on.
Takes your reaction though.
But did I move too far?
No, I'm just looking. I'm realizing I'm now gonna have to make a decision.
It's not a decision.
There's
you can
fire
say.
right behind you.
No, it hasn't. It only came up with Silas, and it was an ambiguous situation. I don't know if I can walk through this space. And I'll ask
They're
you.
small guys.
I will.
Maybe make a check to get through.
I'm okay with
Squeeze
it.
through.
That seems a reasonable check.
Ooh, like an acrobatics.
I think that actually acrobatics is perfectly appropriate. Now, we've also been playing Pathfinder, where that's exactly the check you'd make there. But I think it would be appropriate in this instance. We've also bumped the bell tower 6 times.
Yeah.
It's not where it was.
Oh, hail tower.
So that was Silas's turn. They're next, so they're going to go ahead and start. They're going to try to squeeze past here. There's a 14 on the die for 15 acrobatics. What do you say? Is that enough to squeeze past the bell tower in this walkway? All right.
Cartwheel, actually, I think.
Wait, right here?
Honestly, I'm like so impressed by the jump.
He just basically like has to duck under one of your swings as he tries to get past.
It's beautiful.
And it's going to be...
He went like this with his spear.
Sorry, with
instead of-
advantage.
Small tear.
That is a natural 20. My dear Lilia, would you do me the honor
I've used my reaction.
taking 14 points of piercing damage?
That's more like it. Yeah.
Second attack.
Do it.
Is it 25 damage?
Yeah, that hits.
The 7 points of piercing damage.
Awesome.
Boy number 2, the one who did not do a cool flip, which he should have done a cool flip anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have done it in place.
That one.
Natural 20.
Ooh, yeah.
That's another natural 20.
Did
It
I
would be
send you to your death?
No. It would be unfair for me to be excited about murdering the DM.
12 points of piercing damage. I have
So-
one more attack. How are you looking?
I'm fine.
These two guys are so good.
I'm okay.
Resistance to thunder damage. It's fine.
I'm
Math 20.
okay.
8 points of damage.
Okay.
And with that,
Good
the
poker
rest of the
face.
party gets to, everyone else gets to go. How are you doing, actually, though? So now that I've passed my turn.
I'm at like a quarter of my health, but honestly, that was great.
You like getting stabbed a whole bunch? These two, you see they drop into
like
maneuvers.
a war game.
As you're fighting, they kind of drop down and they got their shields up, but you actually notice how they're fighting. These guys have definitely done this before where they're attacking opponents directly opposite each other. You're being mugged right now.
I love this.
All right, continuing
no, I
on.
love this. Elle is like, no.
The rest of the party has a chance. If you guys would like, first, for expedience's sake, I'm going to ask each of the players in their initiative order what they would like to do to stop, capture, or slay these people. Because I have a combined hit point total of 14. Gwynwyn,
My bonus action would be to move my fireball to hit the one right behind them.
horrifying. Making my dex save.
Make a dex save.
15.
That fails for 12 points of damage, fire damage.
Gwyn, I know you normally have more. I'm going to keep going for that first one. And I'm going to describe this all right at the end. The next person would be Laurentius.
Move around the corner and cast catapult on the barrel, upcast it, and throw it at that guy.
I'll make a dex save.
Yep.
Natural 4.
That's a fail.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this. Once again, I had a combined 14 hit points. That guy had 10 of them. All right. So, Elle, as you're kind of admiring, there's a bit of talent going on here. They're showing cooperative fighting skills that maybe they're worth practicing in the future. Suddenly, two of your allies emerge. Gwynwyn points, and a ball of fire rolls forward, stopping inches from you as the man is engulfed.
Like sweating.
And from the other side, as you kind of like blinding light, you turn around and you watch as a barrel filled with wash water strikes against this Eltzian soldier. You're clean at the end of this, but he is not only unconscious, but covered in thick, mildewy liquid as he is struck, the barrel shattering over as the Defiant Smiles find victory once more here in Eltz.
We should go. There's a
Yeah,
bell tower.
we should leave now, but this was fire. We're good.
As
All go in different directions. We'll meet up at the place.
As you all head out,
don't have that spell
scrambling
prepared.
into the city, I have two things to say. One of our main VIPs, the big man himself, ECAT, said Prego in chat, and I have no idea why.
Because of
The Italian name.
Rigatoni,
Bertolli.
Prego, the sauce.
His name was Ricky Tony.
Yeah, Rigatoni.
But yes, it sounds like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
The
Yeah, it was Rick Tony. Rick Tonio. And in addition to the strange message, I have to say, that's where we're going to end our session here tonight. You all breaking out of here, having stopped valiant effort. I'm going to go meta here for a second. We're not doing footnotes this week. I just want to say, Connor, that darkness I cannot express how powerful that was. For frame of reference, I had 2 snipers on the roof and guys with throwing knives that were going to spend their turns aim, throw with advantage, using 3d6 total damage attacks against you guys.
Rude.
And in the case of the guys with throwing daggers, 1d4 plus 2d6.
Yeah.
Insanely effective. That darkness made they were rogues. Darkness kills rogues.
I was kind of considering not using it because I was like, it's gonna mess with everyone else.
It did, and I thought it was very fun.
Yeah.
Thank you all
Alright.
so much, and thank you at home for joining us on our session here, either tonight live on Twitch or on YouTube a little bit later. Did you have something?
No,
to
I
add?
was just-
Oh, you're good. This has been a fantastic session as always. I really appreciate you guys coming to the table, and we will be seeing you next week. There will be just the 5 of us. As Jake, we're going to be missing you for the next couple of weeks here, but we cannot wait for the return of Silas. Silas is going to take a little bit of an excursion working for Mr. Brask over at the Defiant Smiles to help with a very important mission that you'll have to wait a few weeks to learn about.
Do I have to wait to learn about it?
You might. Well, we'll see you next Friday here on Stories to D4. And look out on our Twitter for more news about our upcoming Creator Showcase and Star Wars podcast. Good night.
Night.
Bye.
Night.
Great job, guys.